What's up, YouTube? We are back with a new video. And your name, let me make sure. Reza?
Almost with a Y.
Rezi.
Yes, sir.
Rezi Hathaway?
Hathaway.
Hathaway. Um, First of all, when I first met you through a third party, they say you do spoken word. Mm-hmm. And at first, I'm like, do they still do that? Mm-hmm. And I went and Googled it, and I was like, damn, you take that very, very serious. And, spoken word, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, it don't have to always rhyme.
No, it doesn't.
Okay. So if I do, it ain't, because what I've learned about spoken word, hold on, let me make sure. Let me know if y'all can hear me and everything. Okay. When I heard about spoken word, is that everybody was like, okay, they snapped their fingers, but that's the goal. That's the ultimate goal to get this. Mm-hmm. What about this?
Listen, both of those work for me. I feel like I get more of this than I get of this.
Okay. So, take us back. Introduce yourself so the people that are here that do not know you, that they get a piece of who and what you do.
Okay. My name is Rezi Hathaway, as he said. I'm not from Dallas. I'm actually from a little city called Salisbury, Maryland. I do some poetry. Yeah, I do spoken word. I'm a writer in every sense of the word. I write songs as well.
Really?
Yeah. I'm a journalist. I write for a magazine back home. About 2 of them, actually. Because we have a new one coming out. And I actually just finished that yesterday.
Wow.
So I'll share some of that with you so you can see that. It's called Inspire One Magazine.
Wow.
So I interview artists, entrepreneurs, business owners, politicians. I got to interview John King, who's Obama's former press secretary of education.
Yes.
So I've got to meet some cool people.
Yes. And funny you said that, because on my website, we are now branching into interviewing politicians. Covering city government in Chicago and try to cover as much as possible, but a lot of it I don't know. Mm-hmm. And so I've been looking for writers, and we definitely have to talk after that, but it's a lot of work running a website. Mm-hmm. Like, even when you run a website, you got to pay people to not doing their job. Because I had to pay faithfully, and they don't want to do it, and then they say, hey man, you got my check. No, you gonna wait on that check because you ain't do what you're supposed to do.
Right.
Because if I have an agreement of you, say when you work for my website, wileythetroll.com, and it's a reason why I call it wileythetroll.com, because they always say I'm troll. Right? So I brand on that. And I've said, hey, you do 5 posts a day and you get this X amount of dollars every Friday. 5 posts a day. But if you don't do the 5 posts and then you just wait, and so I'm gonna just do it the next day, you broke the agreement.
Yeah.
You broke the agreement, and people didn't understand. You know this because you work in media. It's all about putting the stuff on your site
and keeping it moving.
Mm-hmm. Because this is such a fast-paced society. If something happens if President, Biden say, okay, we want to legalize marijuana, I'm opposed to bill to legalize marijuana, that got to go on the site
immediately.
It can't go on the site. Okay, 3 days. Okay, we got breaking news. President Biden, want to legalize marijuana. Shit, everybody didn't heard it already. And I think that's why when I do the website, I now have to tell my writers that come now, can you commit of working during the day? Because most of the traffic is when people wake up, particularly now at 5 o'clock. Because what happened at 5? People get off work. People getting the kids from daycare, they're going to be on them phones. They're going to be cooking dinner, so they probably want to read, or they probably want to see a YouTube video, etc. Mm-hmm. This is what you learn in the business. So when I heard that you say that, I said, "Oh, we making work together," because that's a good thing that you write, and you don't find too many people that want to get into politics. Mm-hmm. They say, "Oh, politics! Oh my God, hell no! I don't like religion. I don't like politics," but you like it. So if I know I can't ask you who you want to support because you're a journalist, or unless you want to break ranks, who do you want to support in next year election? Are you typically leaning on a Biden, or let's just say for instance, it's another Trump or DeSantis? Who do you lean towards?
I'll tell you what, Trump and DeSantis can kiss my ass. Can I cuss on here?
Yes,
I can cuss on here.
Yeah,
I'm not supporting any of that, and I'm going to be honest. Oh no, I'm good.
Okay.
And some of your viewers are going to drag me for this. I didn't vote in the last election.
Okay.
or the one before. I honestly have not been moved by a candidate.
Okay.
And I know that if I do ever have children or grandchildren, I would love to be able to say, I wouldn't want to say, oh, I voted for Hillary Clinton. Like they'll be like, so why'd you do that? But then again, like, there's the caveat that if you don't pick one or the other, you deal with like what you're dealing with. Like with Roe versus Wade in the Supreme Court, people are like, well, the non-voters, it's their fault. I'm like, can you really say that?
Well, you can.
You can. There's an argument. I think there's an argument for that. But then I think people go harder on people that are neutral like me than they do on people that are extremely conservative.
Yeah, that's true.
So, but I think if Biden comes out with if he comes out with some good policy, or he comes out with his guns blazing, I think I would vote for the next election. Just because seeing what the Supreme Court, just Roe versus Wade alone is just ridiculous. Like people not having control over their own bodies. That is like I couldn't imagine being a woman like now. Because Trump is no longer in there, but you're still seeing these policies and stuff happen. And so that I can understand why people are upset by people that don't vote. But I'm also a person that I'm not going to vote just because I don't want Trump to win. Or I'm not going to vote for Trump just because I don't want Biden to win. So I don't know.
Well, it's not always about, well, the president is very important. All branches is important, local, all levels. But if you don't vote, well, my argument for people that say, hey, I don't vote. But now, okay, student loan debt came out. The Supreme Court said no. Now, if we would have all voted for Hillary, she could have picked maybe 2 or 3 justices. And the Supreme Court would have leaned more towards say, hey, yeah, we will cancel that student loan debt. So I think voting does matter. Now, the issue with any candidate, they're not coming out and promoting what they do. Like Biden, he just passed an infrastructure bill that's going to help millions of areas, rural areas, criminal areas. But you don't see it on your television screen. You don't see it on TikTok. So you'll say, he ain't doing nothing, So I hope that the next election or the next person promote more of what they do.
Okay.
Because if you want to date somebody, I need to see what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? I need to see what you're doing, what you're doing about it. But I'm not going to beat on a person if they chose not to vote. That's your constitutional right to sit this one out. But there is a consequence, a severe consequence of not voting, because somebody else that will vote, they're going to have the same impact of you voting for those that did not vote. You still got to be under that same rule of law. I'm from that school of thought. Well, let me just participate in the process, because it's still going to affect me whether I stay at home or not stay at home.
Yeah.
And then we can demand our candidates, like you got the power of the pen, to demand that they do more. And that's what we need, more of your voice on paper to put it out there in the world and say, hey, we need Biden to do X, Y, Z. And I want to ask you this question for people that, because you're not by yourself. A lot of people believe in your idea. What do Biden need to do to make you, a person that have not voted in the last 2 elections, to make you go out and vote? I'm assuming you probably voted for Obama, President Obama.
I don't think I was old enough.
You wasn't old enough.
I was
Obama. You were
not the first time.
No, not the first time. I wasn't. Because
the first one was 2008.
Yeah,
then
I was 17.
Yeah,
a couple of days. I wasn't old enough to vote the first time. So yeah.
Yeah, my first election I could vote for was Trump versus Hillary.
Okay, that was your first one that you got into the Trump versus. Okay, you still a millennial, right? Yeah. Okay, but you're like on the younger side. So Trump and Hillary, and you didn't vote for either one.
No, Hillary called us super predators. That's enough for me. Okay. Because I just don't believe that people change in the way they want us to believe they change, especially politicians, because there's always this, like when no matter what your job is, there's an end goal.
Right.
Politician, your end goal is to win an election. Your end goal is to win votes or to get people on your side for the policies that you want to change. And back then I was like, I don't know what policies can be headed by someone that believes that about people. Especially when you have the type of education that you have to watch your words or to see Black people as fully human. Right. Like you can talk about criminals and you can talk about things that people do that are deplorable without calling a whole group of people predators. Especially when your husband was in the White House fucking on people instead of doing his job.
Well, I hear your point, but let's go back to the Civil Rights era. Let's go back to President Johnson when he passed the Civil Rights Act. But he said the N-word a lot.
Very true.
He was very racist. but his policy helped black folks to this day, as well as white women. I think that I don't care how you feel about me, but as long as you pass the stuff that will benefit my people, I'm good with it. I'm Gucci with it. I just think we have this idea of this perfect person that is white, and that I haven't seen. I don't think we ever will see that. But if we just apply the pressure enough for them to pass bills like President Johnson did, I'm cool with it because it still benefited us to this day, even though they trying to roll it back through the Supreme Court. But at least he did. But when you look at how he thought about Dr. King, how he thought about us, it was very treacherous. It was dangerous because what he called us. And he said, I will have those N-words voting for Democrats for the next 100 years. Did he lie? No,
he didn't lie.
so because they always go back, well, President Johnson, he was one of the greatest allies of black people, on paper, but what he actually thought about us was very disturbing. But that's your point about the voting. I want to ask you about you getting into spoken word.
Okay.
What made you say, hey, I want to branch into this? Did you want to be a rapper? Was it hip hop? Like what caught your eye to say, hey, I want to get on stage and do spoken word?
I've always been a writer.
Okay.
Just in any medium, I've just always loved to write. I was always good at it.
Yes.
I wrote poetry growing up. I never really shared it. I was more so like I got started in media first before I became kind of a poet. I just started doing that this year.
Wow.
But that kind of started with going to Marty's Live, going to Kennedy Davenport's talent competition on Tuesday nights. Shout out to Kennedy for if you guys don't know, Kennedy's been on RuPaul's Drag Race and RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars. Kennedy is huge here and huge in Florida.
Yes, and I'm glad for her. Like she put a lot of y'all like on Tuesday. That was the night. So,
and she doesn't have to do that.
No,
she didn't have to do that. So one night I went up there and I was just watching every week. I was like, dang. First of all, almost everybody was doing drag, but then I was also like, well, I think I'm kind of talented. I can go up there and do my little spoken word.
And you went up there. Did they receive you when you did it?
Funny. I originally was going to sing, but I backed out at the very last minute because I was too scared. So then I just had these stanzas that I was like, maybe I could just, I could just spit my shit. And if it's good, it's good. If it's bad, I'll just never go up there again.
Right.
And I was nervous. I mean, my hands were shaking, my voice was shaking, all of that. And they received it well. It was scary though, because I watched a lot of battle rap. And then also in the gay community, we like to read each other. Yeah. So I had a line that was like, I made fun of the venue and I made fun of Kennedy. What did I say? I think I can remember. It was like, every time I come to Marty's, the venue's never packed. And then Kennedy and Wanda State Market and they jacked. And then she looked at me and she's like, I can do whatever I want on my stage in the middle of my performance. But I was like, no, calm down. And then the next lines that I did were giving her flowers and, for being such a big pillar in our community, especially down here. And she's like, okay, I get it. And that's scary because she had all her children in there. The person that owned the building was there. And I'm not from here and I don't know anybody from a can of paint. So it's like I'm taking these shots at people and I could get jumped by the whole room. But the judges were like, you got nerve and that's good. And Kennedy personally invited me to come back. So that's how I got started.
Well, you didn't lie. Marty's it's never packed.
No.
And I've been there a couple of times. I remember the last time I went there and Rude Boy, oh, don't worry, they coming. And I'm like, okay. 30 minutes passed. Oh, don't worry. They're coming. When is they coming? So I said, okay. I told my homegirl, I said, listen, let's go to, she said, Sue Ellen's. I don't know if you've ever been there.
Nope.
When you go there, you're not going to want to go back to Marty's because it's the crowd, like it's women, it's men, it's white, black. It's just, and it's packed. Like when I went there, I was like, wow, like this is so good. Because I don't go out a lot. Like I'm from Chicago. So when I came to Dallas, I didn't go to anything. And then one day I said, let me do Marty's. I'm like, okay. All right. And that's considered their club. That's like a club that's really just a pinnacle, like a force here in Dallas. Mm-hmm. But when I saw you, when I heard that, when you did that, that took a lot of courage to be yourself. It was on your mind. Most people be like, oh, that's not politically correct. Let me not talk about her. Let me not talk about the venue. But when you come from that culture of be real and you come from battle rap, you got to deliver. Mm-hmm. And thank God you did it because she invited you back.
Yeah, and if I never did that, scared and all, I probably would have never uploaded all the poetry that I've been writing lately. And
Wow.
seeing people online just like gravitate towards it, it's wild to me.
Absolutely.
Just thinking something that you write, people connect to. Like I originally had that when I was writing articles about people, but it's different when it's something like original, something creative, and people are like, "Oh, I like this."
Yeah.
Especially in a club, because people don't go to the clubs to hear poetry. Do y'all go to the clubs to hear poetry?
No.
Absolutely not. So
No.
for people to receive that, that's what keeps me going.
I like that. I like that you get this professional on look. Are you always this professional?
I'm for the most part. When I get around my people, I'm a little different. But people always tell me, like, you talk so proper, you talk like a white person. And I'm just like, wait till I get around my friends. I can code switch.
Right. But you were raised. I love talking to people that have that identity because a lot of people say, "Oh my gosh, you talk white."
Mm-hmm.
Meaning,
I heard that a lot.
But they also, why I say that, you disrespect the black people because you say if I talk with broken English, oh, I'm talking black.
Or black people can't be articulate.
Oh, but black people can't be articulate. If you know your history, black people was very articulate. They would have debates.
Mm-hmm.
Like back in the day, they would talk about the Bible or Africa, Nat Turner. Like they would talk about which ideas you, Brother Malcolm, or if you're Dr. King. Those were like the conversations that our grandparents and great grandparents had. Like they had those debates.
Mm-hmm.
And if you got to understand, there was some kids that was going to 14, 15, 16. Dr. King was very intelligent at a young age, and so was his wife. But I just think like we got to get out of that mentality saying you sound away. You're just intelligent. I think it's good to be an intelligent black man.
Yeah.
I love it.
And I like to cuss.
And I like to cuss too.
Like somebody said, he's cussed 20 times. That's not professional. Why can't it be? Why can't it be?
Okay.
I like to cuss, but
so why are you? I want to get into your relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you single?
Why am I single?
Yeah.
I've not been in many relationships, so I like to attribute that to the fact that I don't just jump into anything with anybody.
Okay.
I feel like I have to know you as a person. I feel like I have to have known you for years, first of all, just because like we have to actually know each other. I think a lot of problems is that people get in relationships with people they have no business being in a relationship with. Just that simple.
Right.
Somebody posted the other day, what's killing relationships? I think it's just that. Just being with somebody you're not meant to be with.
Right.
And I feel like I haven't met that person. And then I'll also give you this perspective. I'm black, I'm gay, I'm atheist, I'm vegan, and I'm bipolar in the South. Okay. That is a lot of stuff to deal with. Too. So you know how hard it is just to exist.
I know how hard it is. And I had a friend that was atheist. Mm-hmm. And he used to challenge my religious belief all the time until I've gotten older and I got bipolar, whatever. I'm like, okay, you have a right to feel how you feel.
Absolutely.
But if I love you and if I believe in whatever I believe in, the love is there, then you respect my belief. Mm-hmm. Like if we respect each other.
Yeah.
But speaking about you being bipolar, how did you first get diagnosed with that?
This year, in March, I admitted myself into the hospital, into the psych ward. I'm not even going to mince words, the psych ward. Mm-hmm. I was there because I've tried to end my life maybe more than the average person. Mm-hmm. And I was having thoughts, and one day I was just like, I don't want to deal with this anymore. Like I literally woke up out of bed and I said, I'm not doing this. And I looked up the next bus to the hospital and I just hopped on the bus. And I was there and I got diagnosed. It's not the first time I've been in the hospital, but this time they sent me to state care to a psychiatrist, and she's like, yeah, you're bipolar.
Yeah. For me, man, it's a little crazier. I did want to take my life multiple times, and you see the library around the corner or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I went there and I destroyed it, the inside, and took off my clothes and got tased by the police. And I went to the hospital, went to a couple of hospitals, but the main one was Green Oaks, I would say. I went there.
That's where I was.
Yeah, Green Oaks.
That's where I was. Good old Green Oaks.
Yeah, good old Green Oaks. And Green Oaks saved my life.
Yes.
Because at first I'm like, they say you bipolar. Wait a minute, I ain't crazy. Like I was in such denial. I tried to leave the hospital. I was in so much denial that I was in strong denial. Mm-hmm. And then one day I said, okay, this is good. I have this. I'm going to take the medicine. I'm going to go to the psychiatrist. And I've gotten better. And then my show started to grow to a point where, okay, I don't want to end my life. But because if I would have done it, I wouldn't have been here with you.
Likewise.
And I wouldn't be here talking to 1,000 people a day, because it do get better. But we do go through things as being gay. For me, it's different. I grew up north, but because of church ideals that you can't be gay or whatever, and I was going through it, and I had a breakdown there. They didn't give me any help. They pushed me back outside to the community, and I got kicked out. I had to come to Dallas. Didn't know nothing about Dallas, but my cousin moved here, and so I moved out in the same little area, and we was here, and I was going good, and then I had another breakdown. This was the library was more serious, and I thank God that I was able to have that, and I'm still here to live to tell the story. And they could have took me out. I mean, look what area we're in. This is a predominantly white area, and I'm a black man. I'm a threat.
Yeah, and you're not small.
And I'm not.
And that's not shady, but
I'm not a small guy.
Right.
And you know, I'm a big dude, and they were frightened. I'm gonna show you the clip. They were very.
You got the clip.
Yeah, I have the. It was on the news and everything. And so, and I was able to get the help, and I was able to
I love her.
Read about Jennifer Lewis, and I love her so much because she suffered from bipolar, and she did an interview with Oprah, and she talked about the nails, and she pushed the nails, she pushed it and just she slammed the stuff on the floor, and that just triggered me back to the library situation, and then the whole manic situation because you feel
they don't know nothing about that.
The manic and then the sex was just I've never have been so sexualized like that. Yeah. But it was like 3, 4, 5 times. I was on Jack 3, 4, 5. I didn't care who it was, white, black, whatever, 3, 4, 5 times. And at the time, I was much skinnier than I am now. I gained, but I was tall and skinny and a big pink butt, no clothes on. They would come in, like when you come in the door, you already know what the deal was. So, and that's how I knew. I said, something is going on. Like, boom. And I felt like I was on top of the world, and that was part of being that.
And not sleeping.
They
don't know about that. They don't know about that 2 hours of sleep and going through the day energized.
No, and I wouldn't sleep at all. I'd be pacing up on the floor. My house is like in a disarray because you have all these ideas. Like your mind is just
all these projects you start.
And you never finish none of it.
So you know it. I feel seen. People don't know.
I've been there and not sleeping and not eating. And I've been there. And when I went to the hospital, I kept telling them, they transferred me to another hospital because I kept saying, there's nothing wrong with me. She said, so you're not eating? I wouldn't even eat. And I wouldn't go to group, nothing. I just was in that room just staring at the wall. And she said, you know, you need more care. And I got there and I got the care and they brought me back to Green Oaks and I was there and it was great. And I started eating, started going to group. I'm starting to get my old self. I felt brand new. So when I came out, I'm so good. So when you said bipolar, a lot of people don't like to talk about it, but it's a lot of people in our community that deal with mental illness and they're dealing with it with drugs, crystal meth, cocaine, alcohol.
Especially in our community, our gay community, the Black gay community.
They're just self-medicating instead of us getting the help. And so I always tell the story all the time and everything. But one thing I like about being manic was the sex. The sex was incredible. I'm not going to lie about that.
Oh, my gosh.
It was awesome.
You also get stuff done, too.
And yes,
like,
she does.
Like, I sit and think about projects that I've just let sit or just, like, work that I could make money off of that's sat for months. And I'm manic. And I get all this shit done in one day.
Yes. Book stuff that you write, stuff that you try to get done. Yeah. So did you tell your family about that? Like,
no, I don't really talk to my family.
Yeah, you have cut them off.
Yeah, I pretty much. Yeah. I lost my mom last year. Rest in peace. Thank you. And I actually was living in Omaha about this time last year, well, a little bit earlier. Omaha, Nebraska. And then when my mom passed, I moved back home to be closer to family. And you can imagine that was the biggest waste of my life. Yeah. I was reaching out to people. I'm sitting here thinking, this is my mom. Yeah. Why am I reaching out to y'all?
Y'all should be reaching out.
Y'all should be reaching out to me, not checking up on my little brothers either. Because I mean, like, it's 5 of us. Wow. So it's like, dang, if y'all ain't checking on me, I know y'all ain't checking on them. So I was just kind of like, you know what? I kind of already had like a healthy distance, but that kind of, no. But I'm open about it.
Yeah, for me, it was no family communication. We was distant for years.
Mhm. You know
And
what? Do you feel like and I'm sorry to cut you
go
off.
ahead.
Do you feel like a lot of that runs in your family but nobody acknowledges it? Because that's how I feel.
Yeah, mental health runs in the family. And then once I started listening at um my family tree,
Hmm.
my mother was in a mental institution. My brother growing up, he was in and out of mental institution. I had another brother in a mental institution. My uncle, he died in a mental institution. My great grandfather committed suicide. So once I have a cousin that's in a mental institution. So once I started to notice, I was like, oh my God, this ran through the family. And a lot of it, we lived in a very stressful environment because, my grandparents, like in Georgia, Millersville, Macon, and all of that, they lose their son or some white person kill one of my uncles, and my grandfather retaliated. And if you retaliate, you're gonna get lynched.
Yeah.
So what he did, he just took himself out. So it's a lot of trauma that we as African Americans went through, go all the way back to slavery. And we just passed that trauma down from one generation. No counseling, no therapy, no nothing. Because you got to believe there was none of those resources that existed. If it did, we couldn't afford it.
Or we didn't have access to it.
We didn't have any access.
We weren't allowed.
Right. So we're lucky as our generation. Now we can go to a hospital and you can talk about your problems and they will help you. But our grandparents, our mothers, and our parents' they didn't have that.
They prayed it away.
They just prayed it away.
Or they prayed it out.
Or they think it was a way they prayed it, and they just pushed that trauma to the next generation, the next generation, to the next generation. Now, when I have children, when you have children, we can look at it differently. We have a different approach because you got a lot of parents say, well, let's beat them out of it. And then let's pray about it. That doesn't work. Nope. That never worked. That just caused more trauma.
And you create there was a post on Facebook today that it had a whole bunch of like weapons, like it had a hanger, a belt, a shoe, and it was like this is why we are not disrespectful as these kids. And I'm like, no, this is why a lot of us can't communicate problems because we were taught it was not okay to talk, or it wasn't okay for us to have our own feelings or opinions. A lot of us can't even, like, if we get done wrong, we feel like we deserve it.
And even for my nieces and stuff, I have to talk to them differently because I sometimes have that old school thought, let me get the belt, but no, let me talk to my nieces. And then once you start talking to them, they'll respect you, because kids gonna be kids. But at least let's break that cycle of getting the belt, and let's broadcast more. Let's communicate and see what's going on with you, and how was your day. Let's communicate more, and I think that we should do as brothers. Because I didn't back in the day, there was no talking. Wow, that was the talking.
Yeah,
get a switch. That was the belt was doing the talking. I understand that, but I think it's another approach that we should be able to do as human beings, especially in the Black community.
Yeah, and someone said the Blacks are traumatized severely, and I think we are.
Absolutely.
And I think we're traumatized so much that sometimes we see each other as enemies when we're all just going through the same thing.
We're going through the same thing. Absolutely. Do you think like that stopped you from being in a relationship?
What?
All the trauma.
Just the trauma?
Did
yes.
that kind of like stop you for doing that? Because I'm assuming you have to have somebody that understand. And most people, when they hear bipolar, they move away. Oh, he crazy.
Most people hear bipolar and they're scared.
Yeah, no, they're scared. Like
they're scared.
They don't. But when we talk, you can understand because we both went through it together. So we went through the same diagnosis. So, but does that keep you away from relationship?
I'm gonna be honest. I think it keeps me from wanting to let people in.
Yes.
Just because a lot of people can't deal with that. I mean, like, I have really great friends, and I feel like sometimes they can't deal with it. Right. It's not their job. It's not their job too. But I feel like they don't know how to navigate that. So that's why for me it's important to know somebody for a long time first, just because you'll understand why I behave this way. Yeah. Or you'll be able to notice, like, when I'm on my way, I forgot what the word is. You'll notice when I'm on my way down, when I'm spiraling before I do. I don't know.
Yeah, cool.
I just feel like I have to date someone else that's also taking care of their mental health as well. True. And I feel like a lot of people just don't. And it's expensive. It can be expensive. So
it's very. I know I've been able to get a lot of free treatment here in Texas for it.
Mm-hmm.
And I thank God for it.
Yeah.
I thank God for it. Because if I had to pay, I just be out here being cuckoo because I got it.
And bipolar is lifelong. It's not something that,
It's
you take a pill and it's gone.
Right. No, it's like you have to manage it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like having diabetes or high blood pressure or hypertension, as they call it now. You have to manage it.
Yeah.
And every day you have to put in the work. But I like how we just sit and talk. And another thing we have to normalize, us as Black men, is talking to each other. I was watching Queen Sugar. I don't know if you ever watched that show. Gosh, you probably don't watch it. It's really good. But it was one thing in there. One of the characters, Hollywood, he had this place where Black men get to talk. Mm-hmm. Then it was another scene which I want you to see this. The friend, he had a gay friend. He was straight, but he was falling in love with him, and he didn't know what that was. And I said, we need to start normalizing men holding hands, men be able to express how, oh, I loved you, say, oh, you're so beautiful. But in the hood, where in my neighborhood, we couldn't say that. They say, oh, you look good.
Oh my God.
That was.
And I'm glad I can do that with my friends, my straight friends as well, because I think it also comes from the fact that I know I'm funny.
Yeah.
So like the humor kind of diffuses a little bit.
Yeah.
But like I'm blessed to have so many straight male friends that are secure in themselves enough to where I can do that.
Right.
And that's something that I'm just glad to have that, because people don't realize, like, us as men, we need love. We need to express love to each other, like you said. Like, niggas hang around each other when they get tired of women. I mean, that's what niggas do. They hang around each other all day, all sweaty, playing basketball and stuff. I mean, like, why can't you, like, if you're all skin to skin hanging out all day, why can't you talk about your feelings? Right, why can't you talk about, oh, hey, bro, maybe I'm just not feeling, I'm not feeling that great today.
Absolutely. That's why I have to understand when I have that and I say, hey, you look good today. I have a lot of straight friends. You just met one. And people is afraid of that because I am bi. I like women. I like men. I'm attracted to whatever. Women and men, right? Mm-hmm. And a lot of people, some straight guys, they're intimidated by that because we could just be cool, but then their friend be like, why are you hanging around? Why, he like to deal with men. But I know I'm a good guy. But I think that in this culture, we still put being gay as being this evil thing. And it's all because of the Bible. A big part of it is religion. Because the Bible is not the only religion. Muslim, the Quran, they talk about gay so much. They do. Yes. Hold on. Y'all know that air just got my nose on 10. But I want to ask you, though, if you were to get in a relationship, would you want to be committed with a man? Do you see yourself being committed, getting married?
Yeah, I'm a hopeless romantic.
You're a hopeless romantic.
I'm a hopeless romantic.
And what's your definition of that?
My definition is that I have yet to see a representation of what I want.
Really?
In anyone.
Really?
In any relationship. And it's crazy because I, like, a lot of my close friends have really great relationships. They've been together for long times, but people don't realize there's a lot of work that goes into that. I don't want anything perfect. I want somebody that's willing to do the work with me.
Yes.
But I also feel like a relationship shouldn't be work if you actually care about each other.
That's true. That's true.
I feel like the only work should be maintaining life outside of the relationship.
That's so true. That is so true. Well, for me, I don't see myself being in a relationship with a guy.
What's your longest relationship?
I've never been in a long relationship ever in my life.
Me neither.
Never in my life. When I was in a relationship, I cheated.
Oh.
So I don't consider that whether I was a cheater.
I cheated as well.
I was just a strong cheater, and I was bad at it. And I always wanted to say you're gonna be wifey. I always say that stupid crap just to get in the draws, but I never was committed. Never like, you know how some people say, oh, I've been in a 6 year, and that's a long time in a gay relationship.
Yeah.
6 years, like 60 years. Never like 6 months. Always been a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Never was long term.
My last relationship was a month.
You're right. Never.
But I won't take fault for that one though. I won't.
It was never long for me. It just never long. And then, that's when you grow and then you like, oh my gosh, also I like women as well. I'm like, what the world is going on? Because I thought when you gay, you don't supposed to like women. I didn't know that it was so many letters because we call it the LGBT. A lot of people say that, but they don't know what each letter means. The
Right.
definition of each letter.
Right.
So when I got older, and a couple of months ago, my friend Jacquees, passed away, and I got it in with my this female. Ooh. And it was so good, and I came within 6 minutes. Now, when I'm with dudes, sometimes I don't come at all. It's a long, lengthy process. But with her, it was like 6 minutes, and it made me chill. Like, it's a really gay. But then like the next week I did something with a guy and it was amazing. So, but it's just like, okay, it's okay to like both.
Yeah.
But it's just like, that's why you have to live more and like explore your sexuality. Like you don't have to be in a box just one gender. If you want to choose to go the other side, that's fine, in my opinion.
Yeah, and then a lot of people need to realize that their relationship configurations might not be right. Like some people don't need to be monogamous. As crazy as that sounds, some people aren't meant for monogamy. And if they admitted that, they'd have less problems.
Well, that's true. If they honest, yes, I agree. And most men don't want that either.
Mm-hmm.
People, most men, I think they settle or they lie to themselves. Oh yeah, well, I'll be with you only, but they cheat. But I think like if you just honest from day one and say, I
am dating you for shelter.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, no, seriously, because a lot of people do that.
Just date me and just be honest.
Dating you for your car.
Just be honest. Just be honest. Like, be honest. Like I have my own place or whatever, and I always follow these homosexuals. They don't have anything. But I'm honest. I say, okay, you come stay with me. We got to have sex. I mean, I'm honest because I know a lot of people have you and they're just putting on. No, I'm gonna be honest before you come in. That's just me. Mm-hmm. Because I know my drive. I could just be just cool by myself, but I know my drive. But I want to ask you this in your sex life. Do you do spoken word when you're in the bedroom?
Absolutely not. I'm quieter. It's so funny. It's so funny. I don't be wanting to talk.
Right.
I don't be wanting to talk. No.
So you don't moan or anything?
I'll moan.
But you don't like to do the talking.
I don't like to do the talking. I feel like I do it just to be performative, and it's not me. So then I'm just like, why am I doing this? Yeah. Or people be asking questions, and I'm just like, stop fucking asking me questions.
You don't like this, and that's fine. Even I don't really. Maybe because I watch a lot of movies that but I don't. Sometimes I don't like to do too much talking. No.
It sounds corny. It feels corny to me a lot of the time.
No, now the noise, of course. If it's good, it's good. I don't want it to be forced. I want it to be a reactive. Yeah. So you don't do spoken word in the bedroom?
No.
So what is like your position in the bedroom?
Back shots. I'm basic. Very basic. Wham bam. That's going about my day. So
you say back shots. What's your definition of that?
I'm not about them. I guess I'll just put it like that.
Oh, you're a top.
Yep.
I like that. Because for me, I used to be about it when I in my earlier 20s.
I tried and can't do it. I tried a lot.
I used to be about them, but it just wasn't for me. It just wasn't for me in the end, because it was hurtful, especially if you packing down there. Like, oh, don't run from it.
And then, like, I feel bad for the bottoms. I hear the stories all the time. Like, niggas don't even try to open you up anymore.
No,
there's bottoms out here that don't even get eaten out before sex, and I'm just like,
no.
Don't. That's disrespectful.
They don't. And I didn't start doing that until actually I moved to Texas, like eating out and stuff like that, because it's so huge in the South, like the whole eat out the box or whatever. But I just love like having these conversations about that. But a lot of times I interview a lot of bottoms, and one bottom feel like they don't get any care from the top. Like the top just do their best and don't even care if a bottom bust or release.
Yeah,
but it's so sad. But it's difficult to find that when you're on a one night stand, because the one night don't give a darn about
you. Don't care.
Now, if you're in a relationship, I think you should care if your partner reached their moment like you reached your moment. Mm-hmm. But I think some of us tops can be very selfish. Mm-hmm. We just care about us. Some of us, some actually care about the bottom. Make sure they get a warm towel. Make sure they good. Don't just plunge up into it.
Listen, because
come on. Now.
I really just think about the fact that people are shooting water up their ass for this. People's stomachs are bubbling. People's stomachs are bubbling like a witch cauldron out here.
Not eating, not sleeping.
I could never. It's the not eating for me, or just like they just be sipping broth all day.
Yes, and then you just coming in and woo, like don't care if they, and then you come and then you put up, then you leave and like no. Anyway,
have you ever made love? Last question. Sorry.
I ever made love?
I've never, and I would love to experience that.
Never like love, no. It have always been just been effing, if I can use that word, but never like made love. Like That I would love to experience that. Somebody that you in love with, you have an amazing chemistry with, you know, y'all going out to eat, y'all know about each other. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
You just know about each other's existence. I've never experienced that. And I would love to experience that one day. Instead of it just being lust and taking people boyfriends and screwing them behind their boyfriend back. I've done it a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's like my fantasy, but never like love.
No, never. I don't even know what that would even entail, but I've had people say, "Oh, we made love," and I'm sitting here like, "Did we? did we really?"
I think a lot of people get good effing in for like love making. Like they say, okay, but it really wasn't love. It was just a screw. Like it was a one night stand.
Mhm.
Have you ever had? They said Wiley, I was trying to give you that, but you were scared.
Oh,
What?
she's trying to make love with you, Wiley.
They said, what is your sign?
I'm a Capricorn.
You're a Capricorn.
Capricorn. I'm a goat.
Yeah.
They love us, but they hate us at the same time.
Really?
That's what I've learned. I've learned that people love us and hate us simultaneously.
Really? They said he's Obama's self.
You know what the worst I've heard before? So imagine me with an afro. Look really hard. I was in Baltimore one day, and this person said, "It's Michael."
The bear?
Michael fucking Jackson.
Oh, Michael Jackson.
When I used to have my little afro. I've never heard of Obama before.
What?
Oh my God.
What?
I kind of see it now.
I see it now. The mannerism. Wow.
That's that professionalism.
Yes, that professionalism. Wow. So I want to ask you, like, how do you go about with the whole apps like Jack, 8th Age? Do you think that's good for the culture or is it bad for the culture?
I think it's as bad as people make it.
Okay.
When we were talking about relationships, a lot of people think the apps are destroying relationships just because there's so many options of men. And I can see that, but I just think people just want attention. And it's okay to want attention, but people aren't honest about it. So when I'm on the apps, I really like being on the apps because I like the attention and I like being able to control the amount of attention that I get. Because I don't get approached in person. I only get approached online. So it's like a nice little ego boost.
Right.
But I don't really take the apps that seriously. I don't really meet people on the apps anymore. Just because I've met enough people that are literally batshit crazy. I thought I was crazy, but it's people that have problems. People are too horny too.
Yeah. For me, I think the apps is all right, but it will never replace in-person connection.
Mm-hmm.
Like going to the grocery store, going to the club, and we just connected and vibing.
I don't get that. People never approach me in person.
They don't, because a lot of people, you know why? It's because of this, because of the apps, because of the that online. They don't know how to communicate anymore. They're like, hey, let's go out for a drink. They don't know how to do it, but they know how to put the peen emoji, sup, what you on, do you match?
I don't even get those. I don't even get those anymore. People get straight to the come fuck me.
Yeah, they get straight to that now.
They don't even ask how your day was.
They just come and just send you all the pictures, like prove right then and there. It used to be that, like the look that have ceased now, and most of that is fueled by drug use anyway, because they just be so horny, like, hey, let's do it, like, and that's kind of like can be like a turn off in some cases.
It's a turn off for me.
Yeah.
Ask me how my day was first.
Yeah.
If y'all gonna jump in my DMs, ask how my day is, please.
Like, ask how your day is, and ask them like about your spoken word. Like if you have an Instagram, your digital footprint is there. So at least pretend like you interested in what I'm interested in. But these guys don't care. No. They don't care at all. They just want to just screw and whatever. But when I met you when I seen you when we connected on Instagram, I said, wow, it's something more with your story. And I didn't even know about the bipolar. You grew up in Maryland and you living this life now. Like this, it's amazing. I think we can be friends because I think like it's good to be people. And that's how I like doing a show because you could talk to so many backgrounds. With people from any background you is, and you answered every question too, and you did your research about me.
Oh, I did.
What research did you do about me?
I just, watched what you usually talk about. Was getting into the personality. We're writers, so like I write about people too. So it's just like I have to know everything before I ask questions.
Right.
That's kind of how I got started with when I started interviewing people. I got tired of reading. I started writing like music first.
Okay.
I got tired of like listening to these interviews, specifically Megan Thee Stallion. People asking her the same 7 questions that everyone already knew the answers to. What do you go to school for? Or like, where are you from? And I was like, y'all are not doing research. I'm sitting here in this little podunk on my cheap Wi-Fi, and I can figure out all this stuff and do better interviews. That's kind of how I got started. But I'm thankful for this because you're the first person or the second person I've ever been interviewed by. It's usually me interviewing other people. And it's dope because I get to hear people dream. But it's like, damn, somebody asked me something. It's nice being on this side.
Yeah, it is. It's really nice to be on the side. And when I reached out to you, I was like, amazing. Amazing having this conversation. Are you an alpha man or a beta man?
I like to think I'm an alpha, but
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not.
You're not an alpha?
No.
You a beta? Beta.
I think I have an alpha personality, but I'm too chill.
Okay.
I'm too chill. Like I like to control things quietly.
You like to control things.
I don't like to do too much.
Mm-hmm. So if you ever were to date a woman, do you think that women should stand up? When a man come in the room, do you think they should stand up in the room?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because we're all humans that have all our own shit going on.
Yeah, absolutely. And so when I looked at your picture, you got that mean look.
That's why people don't approach me.
But you are so adorable.
Oh, thank you.
Like when I saw you came in, you was smiling, you had your shirt on, intelligent, your socks, just a good looking brother. But
my
on
socks
the
are high,
picture,
y'all.
It looked like you ready to rob a bank. Or just got through robbing and your homeboys left, you got caught up.
It's just how I look. This is how I look.
So you don't like the smiling, like the show?
I do like the smile, but I feel like it's fake a lot of the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It hurts to do this all day. My friend told me I should be doing this in the club. Who walks around like this? Hi.
Oh my God. I want to ask you about the club thing before I get into these topics. About the dancing. Do you think like people should get back into dancing? Because like when I go to the club, I get so tired of people just holding up to the wall. Even if you can't dance, that's why I like being around white people. Because even if they off beat, they still gonna be dancing.
That's me. I can't dance, but I don't. I'm usually against the wall.
Oh, you like against the wall?
I like to observe.
You give me some Hennessy and some Red Bull, whatever the case may be. That's like my fuel, and I'm very touchy, flirty.
I see. My knee has been touched all day. Y'all can't see it, but he's been slapping the hell out of my knee.
And you know they're gonna be saying, Wiley touched on this guy's knee. But no, I am really okay. But no, I'm a flirty.
Look at them.
Look at I told you that's what they're gonna say. Because we did like the preview on Station Ed. And I told her, I said, people gonna say we screwing up whatever the case may be because they think that I'm so flirty. And now that you sound touch on your knee. But no, I let me tell you about the knee thing. I watch a lot of shows. And so like Oprah and stuff like that, touch on the knee and stuff like that, like over there touch. Like I like touching because I watch a lot of media shows, talk shows, and I like to open the guests up. And that's why I was like, okay, let me see how you. And then when you said, hey, you research, I was like, okay, so I can bring Wiley to the forefront, and you answer each question.
Oh yeah, I'm not scared.
You answer each question. So they said yes, clean it up, Wiley. But I want to ask you this though: when you having in the club, have you ever had sex in a club?
No,
really.
Not a public sex person. I'm scared of prison.
You scared of
You
prison?
See how small I am?
Yeah.
You see how small I am? They would take advantage of me in prison. I'm going to the biggest person and I'm being like, I need protection. And then he gonna split me in two. Jesus.
Oh my gosh. No, I don't like public. Let me make sure that have I done stuff in public? No.
You lying.
At my job, I did
You
do
lying.
something. Yeah, I did something in public. I did. In elevator, I did. And it was amazing. In the office, whatever case, I've done a lot of stuff in public. I'm not even gonna sit here and be bougie with you. But I will tell you this though, but public for me, it's like the rush of being caught. That's like it's like a drug. Like, oh my God, the cops might see us, but it's okay. It feels so amazing. Or if I'm sleeping with, I like having roommates and I'm screwing a man while the roommate is asleep and I always say is I'm better than the room. Most of the time I am better. Is I'm better than most of the time, yeah. And so I just love it's just a rush for me.
You just like people hearing you. That's what it is. You like people being in the stall next door, like, what's going on over there?
Yeah, I like an audience. Like I like the audience.
Y'all hear that, right?
Oh, even in the gym, you never have got turned on, like haven't got hit on in the gym?
I don't go to the gym.
You never been to the gym?
No. Do I look like I've been to the gym, Wiley? No.
You don't go like for the look like to the bathhouse? You never been to the bathhouse?
Never.
You got to do that one time.
Never.
You will love it.
Wiley, how would I love it? I'm too shy.
You too shy for that?
I'm shy.
Oh, so
like my friends, like I've been invited to sex parties and stuff like that. Free zone. If y'all in Dallas, y'all know. No.
You never been?
No.
Really?
Too shy.
Too shy?
Yeah.
I understand.
I'm not risque.
You're not risque?
No.
So you're not gonna like Little Richard, his music, because I know you listen to a lot of old school songs, right?
How you know?
You do.
Mm-hmm.
Jazz.
I don't listen to a lot of jazz, but I can get with it.
Like, who was your back in the 60s and 50s? Like you.
Like if I had to, my go-to old artist is Ella Fitzgerald. She is a genius, a musical genius, and she wasn't even allowed in the front doors to most of her venues.
No.
Talk about somebody exceptional.
Absolutely. And who was the lady that did Strange Fruit?
Billie Holiday.
Billie Holiday. I just watched her movie. Did
Exceptional.
You see her biopic?
I didn't.
Oh, it's amazing.
I have to watch it.
Like they would do that music, and we didn't care who they was screwing. We didn't care what shirt they. We just know them for their talent.
Mm-hmm.
I wish we can go back to that. Well, I don't care who Beyonce, whatever. I just wanted the voice. Like Nina Simone, you didn't care who she was screwing, what was going on in her personal life. You just know her for her voice. Mm-hmm. And that's when I listen to that, it puts me in the zone.
And now today, people's personalities are bigger than the music.
Now that personality are bigger than music. You have said something. And the sales don't match up. You have to think like, damn, you should sell 100 million. But no, we just like you being a clown, but we don't enjoy what you're producing your music. No.
I was just telling my best friend, like, he asked me if I'd heard some song by somebody. I was like, I haven't been listening to music lately. Really? Just because a lot of it's so uninspiring.
Yeah, it's so uninspiring.
I heard the song Karma as a Cat, like Taylor Swift and Ice Spice. I'm like, this is the worst writing I've heard in my 27 years of life on this planet. And I've written some shitty lyrics, in the back of my notebooks, but that was something else.
It's because music, I don't know if you're a Brandy fan.
I wasn't growing up, but I appreciate her artistry.
You appreciate her now. Like, it's like that timeless music. And it's sad, like now the music now is just, it's all TikTok. I want you to do a little 1-2 dance and okay, but it's not that longevity.
Right.
Like hearing that music. Now I do like Adele. I like Jasmine Sullivan. I like Fantasia.
Oh my gosh. She needs a tribute.
Like Fantasia definitely needs a tribute. I like Patti LaBelle, even though she effed up Tina Turner thing, and I'm still kind of pissed off at that lady.
It's okay.
But I like her music.
You know she don't be knowing the words.
She don't be. I just don't. Oh, that made me cringe. And I did a TikTok. I did a YouTube short on that. But I love that. I just love how you listen to like old school music. Mm-hmm. How old are you now?
27.
27.
And I was a choir boy, so we sang a lot of. I studied music. I was a music major. Of course, I was a dropout, but that was my thing. So like, I don't play when it comes to the music. Like,
oh my gosh. And he's a music major.
I was.
You was. Well, have you ever thought about going back and finishing? Or have you ever thought about going back and finish, period?
I've thought about it. I've thought about it a lot. The school's expensive.
School is very expensive.
I think when I get my finances together, I think eventually I would go back.
Yeah.
But I'm not pressed to go back for that degree because I feel like I got everything I needed out of school.
Yes, because you can write. And they say he can sing.
Who said that?
That someone said Dre Black.
Oh, that's my best friend.
Too. That's amazing.
Don't ask me to sing on here.
No, I'm not gonna ask because look how shy he got.
You see, and I know your people gonna tell me about myself. You know, black people do not play. There's two things black people don't play. They don't play with their cooking, and they don't play with their singing. If you better come with it.
I have, and I'm not good. Like if I know you bad, I still be lying to you. Like you did a good job, and then they'll be in the chat. No, he ain't. Where them comments at? And I lie and say Jennifer from New York says a good singer. Where's the comments? Don't lie on me. Like they are really rough over here with the music and stuff like that.
Somebody says, "What about opera?" We love opera.
You love opera?
We love opera.
It's a young brother that was on. Oh my gosh, he's a young opera singer.
Was he on the America's Got Talent?
Yes.
I think I know who you're talking about. I don't remember his name.
And my friends, they hate it because they feel like I'm changing into something I'm not. I just like hearing the song. Now I was told to screw, and I accidentally had that person in my playlist. And he couldn't. He said I gotta change the channel. It's is it what, Malachi? Him right here.
How was that say?
Him. You probably.
Oh, I know that song too.
Yeah. Him.
Yes, I'm telling you. And black people can sing some opera.
I hope I said his name right.
I think it's Malachi. It looks like Malachi.
Yeah, it was just amazing. Like I love, like I cried, you know, hearing that. And it's another movie I want you to watch. Oh my gosh, and you probably didn't see it. It was on Hulu. It was he did music, and his father was a slave master, and it was in France. He was good playing the violin and doing classical pieces. And if y'all know the name of the movie, please let me know. You have to see that. And see, I'm a movie head. I love to watch movies. And I'm assuming that you don't like to watch movies.
I'm the opposite. My attention span is too short.
Oh, okay. So you probably won't even want to see that.
I'll probably watch it. I watched The Little Mermaid. I made it through that. That was a long ass movie.
You Little Mermaid. So the Titanic probably would be a no.
Oh yeah, no. I've seen pieces. I don't think I could ever watch it.
No.
I'm gonna watch the new one with Fantasia.
You gotta watch
I don't know if I need a pill or something to keep me focused. They're gonna have to give me a pill. Listen, Fantasia. She's one of those people that I have to meet.
And I saw Fantasia twice. And you know, when she's in Dallas, we definitely need to go.
Yeah, she gives a show.
Because she's gonna be in Chicago too. And the Chicago theater, I believe. But I love her. But what else? I'm gonna try to Boys in the Hood.
Boys in the Hood. I've seen Boys in the Hood.
Okay. I'm not gonna take your black card.
I've seen Baby Boy. Everyone's seen Baby Boy. I'd throw that one.
I'm gonna see something recently that just came out. Of course, did you I want to ask you, what's the other movie that came out? Okay, you say Baby Boy, Jennifer Lewis movie. So what Love got to do with it? Tina Turner.
Yep, I've seen that one.
Okay.
That's not Jennifer Lewis.
No, Jennifer Lewis played Tina Turner mother.
I don't think.
Okay,
I was about to say.
Yeah, she played the mama. Pearl, the widow, tied around my neck. But I love movies. I love music. And I used to direct the choir, but I never had the skill set of notes. I was like, okay, we just gonna the Lord is blessing me. You sing this note, whatever. I try to duplicate the sound in the CD because I didn't know anything about an E flat, A flat, like nothing. I would just pause this. Okay, this soprano part, this the alto part, and I used to love that. I used to.
That's originally what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a high school choir teacher.
Yeah, I think and music is missing in school. Because I remember when I went to Chicago Military Academy, and shout out to Timothy, my music teacher, and he would teach us music. And now they don't even have a music program there anymore. It's sad because music is history, music is math, in a sense. Music is
English,
music is
science. It's literally a combination of everything.
Yes. So are you going to write a new song? Are you writing something right now?
I was actually working on a project, but I kind of have writer's block.
Okay.
And I've been kind of focusing more on my poetry lately.
More on your poetry.
Because I feel like that's where my lane is going to be as an entertainer.
Yeah.
My favorite food. I'm vegan.
He's vegan.
So that was funny.
No fried chicken for him.
No.
And I thought about being vegan. What made you transition? And your best friend said he was a sub chair teacher for a while.
Oh, a sub choir teacher. Oh yeah, I was a substitute choir teacher.
Yes.
for a little bit. Stop spilling my tea. Dang.
So
I'm trying to hide.
So I want to ask you, like, what made you get into being a vegan?
I actually was in college. I turned vegetarian first. I was actually
Yeah.
bored of life. There was literally no reason. I was like, I need to try something challenging. So I tried it. I was going to do it for a month, and then the month turned into 5 years.
Really?
A month turned into 5 years, but then I started gaining my, what's the word for it? I can't think of the word for it.
Because, like, when you say you're a vegan, like, what is the foods that you eat? Like, is it like just vegetables or no meat at all?
Just no animal products.
No animal products.
So that's pretty much meat, dairy, eggs, and honey. So everything but that. And it's funny because people do ask me, like, what do you eat? I'm just like, I don't know how to answer that. I eat the same things just without the animal products.
So in the morning, you eat what? In breakfast?
What do I eat? If I eat breakfast, I'll probably eat some oats, probably eat some fruit.
What about
I'm not
lunch?
healthy. I'll eat anything. I'll probably eat some fake burgers. Like what I have today. I made a little deli sandwich with my little fake meat and fake cheese. I try not to eat a lot of those because
Because that's not good.
it's not good for you. A lot of soy, a lot of sugar.
So a typical dinner for you is what?
I love pasta. I love Mexican food. So burritos, tacos,
Just not without the meat.
just without the meat, or I'll have like a meat substitute, or I'll substitute it with like mushrooms or something else that has protein in it.
Mm. Okay, we gotta go to a
Vegan restaurant. There's a few in Dallas. A lot of them are closing down. So if you're vegan and you're in Dallas, a lot of them are black businesses. So please go out and support them.
because this is such a meat.
Texas is a meat state.
It's a meat state.
Steak and potatoes,
Steak and potato.
and I could just eat the taters.
I would love to try to be vegan one time. I would love to. So you don't eat collard greens?
I would if it's not made with like the turkey or just
Oh,
there's
the
no
meat is
butter in it.
Okay. All right. So are we gonna get into these topics really quickly?
Yes.
Because I just had to get into your life, and wow.
Can I spit real quick before we go on there?
I didn't know because you said you were nervous.
I wasn't gonna sing.
Oh, but you would do a stand. Okay, go ahead.
I'll do a poem for you real quick.
Okay.
You gonna participate? So when I tell you say something, just say it.
Like, okay,
It's easy.
Okay.
You just repeat after me.
Okay.
Somebody say, I'm the shit.
I'm the shit.
You should tell yourself more often. The way this world is, you think you'd have to move with caution. I've been lost in thoughts and feelings that never really belong to me. People telling me what I should be doing. People telling me who I ought to be. I'm audibly reciting affirmations greedily to remind myself that I was never really lost. So there's no need for me to define myself. Somebody say, I'm the shit.
I'm the shit.
Truth is, you've been this whole time. Your mind is full of gems and your body is a gold mine. You've been nose blind to every single one of these road signs, but I co-sign that you've been waiting for your turn and now it's your time. But what you need is gratitude. And that's more than empty platitudes. It's a change of attitude to unlock a new magnitude. But don't get shaken up. Shit, be thankful you were fit for the call. Evolve and go get everyone else involved. Applause can be the enemy of progress. So don't lose sight of what's right, because it ain't always fun to be the one with the weight of this world on your back. So even when they lap you, don't lose track, because you were created with purpose and molded with attention. Ascension is possible if you just pay attention. Though this rat race may drain you, and at times you want to stop, it'll all be just a memory when you make it to the top. That's it.
I love that.
Thank you. Thank you.
I love that.
I turned into a different person.
Yeah, I thought he was going to make a thing on me touching on his knee, y'all.
Wiley's over here touching on my knee. And little does he know I don't do that shit for free.
You and something else. You and something else. They said stop for my bestie.
Oh, thank you guys.
Yeah. So they all here in Texas, your friends.
All my friends live in different states.
Okay. So your bestie.
All my real friends.
Like your bestie.
My bestie's in Omaha right now.
Omaha. Wow.
My other bestie, she actually texted me. She's back home in Maryland.
Wow.
So my friends are all over.
I love that. I love that. It's so good to have a friend.
Mm-hmm. I haven't made a lot down here. It's hard.
It's difficult.
It's difficult.
Why you say it's difficult here?
The obvious. All people want to do is have sex. That's one.
Really?
That's all people want to do. My IG is Ressy, Ressy Hathaway.
Yeah.
Thank you for asking.
I'm gonna put it back in the chat. Wow. So they could definitely see it and follow you on there. But yeah, that is everybody want to have sex.
Yeah, and it's like I've met a few people, and it's like, dang, oh, this is going well. Maybe we could be friends, and then here comes the flirting. I'm like, this, like, listen, all these people on this planet, why can't you just pick someone else? You don't have to fuck everybody that you find attractive.
No, you do not have to. But I used to be that way. I'm 90% away from it.
Mhm.
But I used to be that way. But then I'm like, oh, you don't want to screw all your friends and stuff like that. No, I like that you could have a friendship. Because like once you start screwing, then you may not want to be friends with the person.
Exactly.
Maybe it was bad in bed, or you just done with it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you just want a friend, and you don't have to screw everybody.
You don't.
And that's why I like talking to tops, because I know that would be impossible to screw them.
But you know what? They don't be caring.
Really?
I be telling them straight up, I can't take
Really?
dick, so I don't know what you're gonna do with me anyway. And they think they take that as a challenge.
So I told y'all the guests that they was gonna say this. So Kevin said in the chat, said Wiley said he has a woman, so why is he trying to sleep with this man? I'm not even trying to sleep with this man. They said Wiley is trisexual, try anything. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. But
Oh, you guys are sweet, thank you.
yeah, they are very sweet. They say they like your personality.
I thought they was gonna tear me up.
No, they not. They not, because you deliver. Like you have a great story. So I want to get into this really quickly. I don't know if you want to dive into this, but I want to talk about Jess Hilarious for a second. I love her. Number one, I feel like what she said about trans women and biological women. I mean, she have a right to where she stand. I mean, most biological women feel that trans women are never women, and they try to take a place of biological women, etc. But she did a video, got a lot of backlash, and people were dragging her. T.S. Madison was coming in and dragging her. So was Tasha Care, whatever the case may be. They were all dragging her, saying, "How dare you, as a woman? You're so transphobic, etc." But I've never thought that we'd be living in a world where biological women got to be ashamed of being biological women. Do you know right now they don't even want you to say biological women, or they want you to change the name. They want you to change it, or natural. They don't even want you to say natural women anymore. They want to take that out of the vocabulary. But regardless of what it is, I believe that real biological women birth the community. All right. Regardless of what you want to say, if you're trans, whatever, it would not be a trans without the woman. It wouldn't be a gay community without the woman. Most gay men identify and pick up mannerism from women. So, but I think that trans women and biological women, whatever term you are, natural women, need to sit at a table and have a conversation and talk instead of talking at each other. But the reason why I feel like Jess Hilarious getting a lot of flack from it, because a lot of trans women feel like they are being traumatized when you say biological or you say natural. It makes them feel less than when you say, well, we bleed and all of that, etc. But I will say this. I feel as though it's up to biological women whether they want to sit with trans women and have this conversation. Because at the end of the day, nobody will know what a real woman that was from birth went through. Not even us as men, because we have privilege. We don't know what a woman body. Once I started Googling, when a woman have a baby, some women go through mentally, have postpartum depression because of the baby. So what's your thoughts on it? Do you feel like Jess Hilarious was right to speak against trans women and say what she said?
I don't know necessarily what she said.
Well, hold on. Let me see if I can play it. Give me 1 second. If I can play it so you can hear it, give me a second. I want to make sure we can hear what she said. Give me 1 second, you guys. I heard it on somebody's platform. I think it was on the Neighborhood Talk. Let me scroll down here. I see Drake. Let me scroll down here. I want to make sure that okay, here we go. Who the fuck stands up for us? And us, I mean women. Okay, I don't know if y'all be able to hear, but here we go. For us. Who the fuck stands up for us? And us,
I mean women, real women, biological women, women who were born with all the parts that you guys wish that you were. When does the delusion stop? What is the difference between you and someone who has been diagnosed to be mentally insane? What's the only difference is you don't have a straitjacket on. Stop talking out your fucking ass. Wake up. How are you projecting your anger on real women? Because we are the gatekeepers. We are the gatekeepers for periods. We the only one that fucking bleed, honey. We the only ones that can give birth. We make y'all people. We make y'all. Y'all come from us. You can't be us. You will never. You're chasing something you'll never, ever get. You'll never be that. Like, hello? For us. This is what I mean.
So that's what she said.
That's a lot to get into.
It's a lot, but in this chat, mostly people that watch this are women.
Yeah.
And they stand what Jess Hilarious is talking about.
And I wouldn't be upset with them for that.
No. I feel like us as the community, we try to force our ideas out on other people. I have an issue with public policy trying to push trans women into something, but when I say that, I don't believe they should use public restrooms. I don't believe trans athletes should play, trans women should play in women's sports. I feel like that's a disadvantage, because what would stop Michael Jordan, or who was the top athlete out? LeBron James decided, hey, let me put on a wig, let me play in the WNBA. What would stop that? It will be women will be phased out. Biological will be phased out, because when we were created scientifically, men are stronger than women. We built differently than women. Our levels are different than women. So if I'm able to play in women wrestling as a man and just put on a wig, hey, I would dominate. Would that be right? No, that's not right. So, but a lot of people say, oh, this Republican talking points, but most Black women believe in that. But I think Jess Larry will hurt her career as being a radio show personality on the Breakfast Club, because it's very controversial talking about the LGBT community. Because the people that's in power is not us, it's white folks. They're not going to like that language, because that language will get you canceled.
Yeah, and I don't really have a problem with what Jess said. I feel like women should stand up for themselves. But I also feel like there was just some points in there. It kind of feel like she just hates trans women. Period.
Maybe
altogether.
she does, and maybe she does, because she was called a trans woman. Like, somebody thought that she was trans. Even when I went to her stand-up show out in Plano, and once we start being friends, we go to this stuff and everything. I won't touch on your knee, but we went to her show, and me and my friend, we got the tickets, and I gotta sit for a row. I gotta get for a row tickets. And she said, well, people always think that I'm a lesbian because of my deep voice. They think I'm trans. It may sound like I like to eat pussy, but I don't. So they have always said that, she reminded them of a trans woman. I've heard that from other people. So I think a lot of her frustrations, maybe that day, some pissed off because some made her do that video. I think that she's going to regret it, because she may not get that Breakfast Club job. Because the powers that be advertise, this in media, is those ad people, and those ad agencies say that she's transphobic, they won't put her on.
I think she'll be right. If she bounced back from her Jew comments not too long ago, didn't she make Jew comments?
Yeah,
I think she can bounce back from that.
I think she can. I just think that she just don't take the bait and go back and forth with it. Just let it go.
Just say what you say and go.
And just let it go. Because it will move on. Because at the same time, trans women got to understand is because T.S. Madison got judged too. I don't know if you know who T.S. Madison is. She was in a bathroom stall. A woman was on her period, and T.S. Madison decided to make fun of her. She had that big old maxi pad. It was huge. She pulled her bra, and then she got dragged for that. But they didn't call her heterosexual, real women phobia. There was no word.
Misogyny.
They, what word? And then that opened the door up for them to say, well, you shouldn't have been using a women's restroom, period, because a real woman will understand that she had her time of the month. It was a difficult day. They'll be understanding. But you, as a person that was born as a male and developed into a woman, you thought it was a joke.
It's not.
And it's not a joke, but that just gave her critics that y'all shouldn't be in the restroom. But this topic is very so touchy, but biological women, and y'all have to lead this conversation because this is y'all fight. I'm an ally with my mother. And I used to say cisgender women. I used to say, because everybody says cisgender. And I'm like, well, I'm talking to them. I was like, y'all know y'all cis. What? I'm a real woman. I ain't changed.
And nobody talks like that.
Right. So I started trying to adapt what they said in media, saying cisgender and all of that, which is a bad thing to say. I had to stop saying it on my show. I say biological women. But some trans women send me emails. Why you gotta call them biological women? Do you know? And today I was just watching a piece of this. I forgot the doctor, but Senator asked this person a question: how many genders there are? And you know she could not answer that question. I never would have thought that we'd be debating on how many genders it is.
Well, I think because there's a difference between sex and gender. I think gender is what you choose, and sex is what you're assigned at birth, right?
Right. But I thought it's just two genders, men and women.
Well, there's other, I guess, like other cultures that recognize more than one or more than the two genders. Like there's some Native American tribes that recognize like two-spirited people.
Okay.
Or like there's other, I'm not privy to a lot of that information. I'm just know it exists. But I mean, in our side of the world, most people are just, it's two genders.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I love it. When I have these debates, it's I had a liberal on my show, a white liberal, and he was getting mad at me about trans, because I said that they put a trans woman with male parts in a woman prison. And you know what happened when he was there? He started screwing the woman prisoners. You know what? They start to get pregnant. So no matter how you try to go with your feelings, science
is one thing.
Ooh. Now they ain't gonna be like, I'm gonna reject that egg. That sperm is coming from a tree. No, it's gonna receive it. That's just plain on science.
Yeah.
So he was like, this getting a little bit of transphobe. No, it's not. If you're putting me in a female prison, what do you think I'm gonna be doing with them female prisoners?
Touching knees.
Okay, more than touching knees, touching everything. You understand what I'm saying? That's just like when you put a man in a male prison for the rest of his life, he still got a sexual desire. What do you think he's gonna do with that? They're gonna start sleeping with each other. So, because if you lock me up with just that, I'm still gonna have a desire. So if you're putting me as a trans woman in a female prison, you're going to get delivered that day. You're going to start screwing them. It is what it is. No matter how you try to push it. And now you get people saying that's why they shouldn't be in it. And I feel like it's unfair that you can go to a female prison as a trans in a female prison, but then we don't have conjugal visits for everybody else. Because you're going to use that pain. I don't care how you try to word it, you ain't going to go in there and not use it. If you in there for 5, whatever happened, you going to use it and it's going to rise up. That's why a lot of dudes can't mess around with dudes, because it's going to rise up. And that's a lot of guys that go to prison. They sleep with guys, but then when they come out, they don't identify with it. They just adapt to their environment. And then you got those that couldn't get away from that and they still do it on the outside. So we can go on and on about that. They said trans women focus on telling your man the truth.
Quick question.
Go ahead.
How do you think we can exist in a world where women and trans women can coexist?
I don't think we ever would be.
You don't think so?
In a world like that, because both sides ain't gonna willing to compromise. They ain't gonna compromise, especially not black women. Black women, I can speak for our people, are the most stubborn. They believe what they believe in, whether right or wrong.
What they said.
Huh?
They said what
they said what they're gonna have to say, and they ain't bending. And black folks are the most conservative folks ever. We just vote Democrat. But when you talk about LGBT rights, watch out. They talk. You think you talking to a bunch of redneck people from Alabama. You understand what I'm saying? You talk about, you bring up and go back and say you gay and watch the response of the black community. They not that advanced how we think it is. They ain't going, like right now, black woman, she said, Wiley compromised what? Right then Reddit, she ready to argue. And listen, I'm not about to get it because it's a losing fight. It's a losing fight because they ain't gonna compromise and they gonna call it, I ain't gotta compromise. My compromise, I'm a real woman. I got breast milk. And they gonna talk about the breast milk, how much they bleed, how many patches and pads they put on and soak it up. I'm not about to get involved in it because it's like a losing battle. Just like religion is a losing battle. If you say you're atheist, how can you be an atheist? What made you atheist? That ain't nothing but the devil. And it's just like, it's a losing battle. The same with power. It's just some conversation we just gonna have to agree to disagree. Because you ain't gonna change it. Not in my lifetime.
Well, that's interesting. Somebody said trans men don't have this problem. That's something I noticed too. We don't debate trans men all day.
No, we don't, because trans men, we as men embrace it. We embrace that. We embrace that. And a lot of trans men ain't still into women, biological women men. Let's be clear on that. Because they ain't gonna date no trans men. They'll just keep they date a lot of straight men, date trans women because of the equipment. Because if you remove it, they ain't gonna want to deal with you. They deal with you just because you got that, you got the breasts, you got the hair. So in my mind, I'm still with a woman. You just got a little candy piece I like to deal and dabble with. But trans men don't have issue because they're not trying to take biological women men. So it's no threat. So that you will never see them battle. It's no threat. But with trans women, some biological women know that they're losing their men to trans women. That's their competition. You already got the gay men as your competition. Now you got trans women. That's difficult because that's just challenging. And some of these men and these trans women would have had to. They're taking a lot of these quote unquote straight men. Because I have a friend that's trans, and the dudes that she get, I'm shocked. It's like, damn, this man got a whole family, and they just taking them. Because she got something that woman don't have. She got that 12, well, I don't know, it's 12 inches, about 9 inches, and it's thick, and he moaning and groaning. And then you will see him on there, he's still selling, slinging dope, he's a thug. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And some biological women is upset about that they have to share and compete with a trans woman. It's a competition in there. And a lot of trans women do compete with biological women and try to take their man. They'll say, I'll take your man. Even though I agree, Terry, I agree. If you dealing with a trans woman as a straight man, I do not see you. You cannot tell me that you're still straight. That the math ain't mathing for me. Now, I can't say that I'm 100% straight if I'm sleeping with you on Monday, then sleeping with somebody, Susie, on a Tuesday. I'm bi at best. But you got some straight guys that will come out and say they're not gay. They're still straight dating that trans woman. They will debate you. So that's like a lose-lose. This is the part of who you ask. They said there's no competition, not us. Big difference. You hear that? That they said Wiley is insinuating that we are jealous. No, I'm not insinuating that y'all are jealous, but it is a power struggle between trans women and biological. It is a power struggle. I'm not going to insinuate that y'all are jealous.
I think for a lot of them, it's deeper than
It's deeper
than competition for like competing for men.
Okay.
It's more so. I think a lot of women feel like I'm not a woman, but from what I've read online, a lot of them feel like trans women are invalidating them or making them feel like that their womanhood isn't valid anymore. But I don't know. I don't feel like anybody can do that to you, you know, because I feel like you define what womanhood is for you. And I feel like for a lot of women, they know what womanhood is outside of just having a vagina and just having boobs. I feel like there's a lot more to womanhood that comes with it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I feel like maybe they feel like people are trying to take that away from them.
Absolutely. I'm glad you brought that up. He went on the deeper end. I love that. Okay, someone said no power struggle. It's respect. They feel disrespected. So how would that be able to change? They have to talk to each other. Honestly, they're going to have to sit at a table and talk to each other. The same thing with race. A lot of white people, they used to be so prejudiced towards black, but once they start getting around black people, they have a different opinion. Most of them, when they go to college, for the first time ever in your small town, majority white, now you're around black people, now you feel like, oh, you dope, you cool, you know what I'm saying, your idea, and that's for white people that kind of struggle with their power, because a lot of the younger white people have a more broader, better idea when it comes to races than their father or grandfather, because you have been around a lot of black people, music, college, you screwing a lot of us, and military, etc. So your idea is different than your grandfather and your father. But we will open up the phone lines, let y'all call in. They want us to change the symbol on the maxi pad. Why? They don't have. See,
I'm not getting into that.
I'm not getting that. I'm not getting it. I don't have a maxi pad. Do you have a maxi pad?
I don't know what one look like.
I don't know what one look like. Okay. Hold on, wait a minute. We're gonna move on really quickly, and I'm gonna go to my last subject. And then, do you want me to open up the phone lines? Do you want to talk to the callers?
Sure.
Okay.
Drag me.
Okay. So I'm gonna bring up one topic here, and then we will be done. We open up the phone lines. Okay. Of course. So,
here we go. Let me scoot over.
No, it's so good. You don't have to scoot over. But no, I love Tasha K.
Lord.
But right now, her husband is being investigated. They're now looking into his finances. You don't know anything about it. Tasha K owed Cardi B $4 million. And she had filed bankruptcy. And now her husband finances is being investigated because it came out that he's now claiming to be the owner of their new company, and that the wife don't have any money, and that he's the sole owner of everything. So now they're trying to see where's his money coming in. For me, honestly, I'm gonna say this because I can't go in because I have a special guest, and I don't know my guest. I'm gonna be just as professional as ever. But when you date weak men like Mr. Kibi, this is the result of it. It's sad to see his wife, Tasha, do this and trying to avoid paying all of your businesses out here in the streets. I just pray that she learned her lesson. I don't think she ever will learn it. I don't think nobody should pick up this strategy, because who want to be in $4 million of debt? Who want to move their income to Africa? Who want to put it in this person, that person? No, I want to be able to not move money away to avoid paying people. I just don't want to be that type of person. I want to live a very peaceful, calm, spoken word life.
A soft life.
A soft life. But this is just too much for me. I can't just, every day I got to talk to lawyers. He's a beta. Of course he's a beta man. And I just can't do that. Okay? They said, hello again. You should supposed to walk on with Wiley say so crazy. I just honestly can't do that at all. It's nowhere in the world that I'm in debt. Like, we were in a relationship, we were married. Like, you have to say, hey, baby, you need to take that down because we don't want to get sued. And I should be able to submit to your authority. Unfortunately, anybody that wear their hair like that can't submit to a man. Authority.
I think she run him.
Of course she run him. Because if he ran her, this one, the video would have been deleted, everything would have been. But when you allow a foolish woman to run the house, they're going to shave off their hair, they're going to wear their hair over their head like it is right there, and going to destroy that family.
Please.
Look at that hair. She can't even, look at it. She dressing wild, because when you start picking up that man attributes, you start looking like a man. You start shaving your hair like a man. You already know, I bet her voice all deep. Baby, I ain't taking down nothing. You start talking like a man, because when you start switching it, you don't want to wear the pantyhose anymore and the skirts. You want to put on the man pants, the breeches, and you want to shave your hair like a man. All right? It's so sad. It is what it is. It is what it is. You start, now she's looking like a man, and you can't tell her nothing. She's a foolish man, because your husband, baby, I'm gonna take it down. I'm an alpha man. You know what I'm saying? I'm an alpha man. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it down. If I date a top or whatever, and if you're a good looking top, I will submit to the top. But unfortunately, she ain't gonna submit to nothing but her own sick, twisted mind. Now we will give more information about this soon. But Cardi, you ain't gonna never get that money back. You already know that. It's just that she still, even if you don't have the $4 million, every time you get a lawyer, you got to pay. You keep paying lawyers. Like, I just don't want to have to go through that.
And that's not the only case she has right now.
No,
right?
that's not, because she got the Bishop Whitehead case. She got, of course, she got to go back to the courts soon with the original judge, because the judge told her, do not pull your assets away to avoid, and she done that. I never seen a person shut down a business and then create a new business. Like, oh, I don't owe it because I shut down my old business. Like, she doing a lot of stuff. Whoever she dealing with, whatever lawyers you got, they good. And I'm just here for the ride. I'm here for the ride. Okay.
Are they good enough is the question.
Are they good enough? And we will see in the
future.
future.
Good enough the first time.
They weren't good enough the first time. We will see if these lawyers is good enough, or is she going to blame it? Because this was the same woman that said that her lawyers is powerful. She took a picture with her lawyer. She said, on my children, we're going to be victorious. And that have not happened. She have took L after, and she's going after powerful people. And I think now she's seeing Cardi B the full weight of her attorneys.
Do you think there is a strategy with what she's been doing?
I think it is a strategy. The strategy is to avoid and to get as much public to rise to our public profile, because she's going to be on Wildin' Out. I don't know if you noticed that, and we can watch that together.
I didn't know that.
Of course, she's going to be on Wildin' Out.
I think she's going to pull an Azalea Banks on Wildin' Out. Honestly.
Yeah, so it's going to rise us up her public profile, because she know this won't get canceled out. But if I can prolong it, I can still get in the news. I get more subscribers, etc.
Is that her?
Oh
my God!
Yeah, that's her.
Why?
I told you.
Let me get out of the way.
You didn't even recognize that was her. Look at her. Just look at her. You didn't even know that was her.
Is that before the 4 million or after?
That is after the four. After she owed the 4 million. Just look at her. Look, okay. Like, she has been changing her look all the way down there. But nevertheless, and then this is the one when she was crying. You know, she was crying and everything like that, like the fake tears and everything. So this is a lot that she's going through a lot.
What did I sign up for?
And this is pretty much her life. They might as well just get a bedroom in the courtroom. This is their life, honey. This is their life.
Wiley, why?
This is their life. This is it. This is it. All because this is it. And Cardi wants the money, and this is the end result. Okay. All right.
Don't do what she did, y'all.
No.
Point the right way. Don't do what she did.
Absolutely not. Don't do it. Okay. Don't do it at all, because it doesn't make any sense.
Go back to that picture.
Which picture? The one that she's wilding out?
I got to see that with the hair.
Okay. Wait a minute.
Right to the left.
This one. Oh no, you want the other picture.
I need to see that one.
This one.
Just one more time. Y'all. Okay. That is her. Sorry.
All right, y'all. We gonna open up the phone lines. You are such a good sport.
Who?
You are.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so this is like my dream place that I want to live in one day, instead of this mess that I got over here. I like this. He balanced Wiley out. Yeah, so we got to open the phone lines if y'all want to have a phone line. Now, it's going to be a little ghetto because we don't have two headphones, so I'm going to have to open it up when I hear it, so you'll hear it from right there. Give me a second here. If y'all want to call in, if you got any questions, that was the time to call in. I screenshot the pic and show my husband. He was like weak. Wiley is not blushing. Stop it. I don't know if they said you blushing, because they usually say I'm blushing, but yeah. Okay. And I'm so glad you came on the show.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so glad, because I was nervous that you weren't gonna come on.
Oh no, I'm not scared to talk.
Yeah, and then when you told me that you did your research, I was like, okay. He know what I do.
Mhm.
And when you posted on your page that you was gonna come on, I was like nervous, like, oh, I hope nobody don't tell him not to come on. Blah blah blah. I was like, okay. Then when you hit me up, I was like, okay, he want to do
I just had to see what kind of mess you be getting into first
it.
before I
It's
did
I'm
it.
in a lot of mess though.
I mean, we do the same thing, except you talk more about people that are, on a certain plane that I'm afraid of.
I talk about politicians as well. Like we could definitely get more support for that and politics. So how far did you stay from like usually like 15 minutes away
From here, yeah.
like 15 minutes.
We missed 2 exits on the way, so it was about
And I
25.
wanted to see. I said I would see you a live, and everything. So yeah. They said stick to the topic. Nobody said anything about trans. No, we did. You just missed it, honey. You came late. Okay. They said Wiley, you're blushing. Y'all always say that. They said people go off the top of the voice. Yes, they said I will call in, but I just got here. I'll catch the playback though. Thank you, your next ex. Very attractive young brother, and he speaks multiple languages, and he lives right here in Dallas, and he's single.
Oh, we love multiple languages.
Yes.
Se habla español?
Yeah. Are you speak another language? A little bit.
A little bit. I'm out of practice.
Really?
Mhm. I took AP in high school.
Really?
AP Spanish. And I live around a bunch of Mexicans. Hopefully they don't cancel me for that.
Oh my gosh. Hello, you live on the Wiley Show.
Hey, Wally, what's going on? The
Hey.
gentleman.
Okay, go
How's
ahead.
the way? How you pronounce his first name?
You said what?
How you pronounce the gentleman's first name?
Oh, how do you pronounce
Your
your
guess?
name? He said.
My name is Resi. Ressy.
Resi. The name is very unique. I love the name.
Thank you.
You're very handsome, by the way, and you're a great fit to be on the Wiley Show. I'm loving the chemistry. It's fabulous. The poetry was dope. I'm in the house watching you guys on my TV and also on my phone. And yes, I did snap my fingers for you. It was amazing. Thank you for joining the Wiley Show. Also, you're a songwriter. Wiley is looking for a song. Maybe you could be, something towards that, or even do a little poetry to Wiley's closing segment. Little black girl, you're beautiful. Little black boy, you're enough.
Mm-hmm.
You guys could do something. I see something like that with you guys.
Yes. And we definitely got to talk about it because he do a lot that I need. And that's why it's so good. This is not a coincidence. This is like you're an atheist. This is the universe. Would that work for you?
That's fine. Listen, you can do the religious stuff. That doesn't bother me.
Well, this is how God brought us together because I saw him and I said I gotta get him on the show. I was nervous.
Oh yeah, the bar.
Well, I'm glad you got him on the show,
you said a
he's
bar.
really a good look.
Well, let me take that. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Go ahead, Icon. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Repeat your
No, I
question.
said I'm glad you got him on the show because he is a good look.
Thank you.
I'm so glad that he came on.
I was
and
getting
I'm
a
glad
little
to have him on the
jealous.
show. I'm glad that he also did his spoken word because I was nervous that he wasn't going to do it. You said no singing, but you did do your speech. So thank you.
Thank you for the
spoken word.
compliments.
Thank
I
you.
really appreciate it. I don't take any of that lightly.
No problem. Also, never be afraid to sing. Wiley has great supporters, and I can speak for myself. Let us know. Do you have music that we could purchase? We're willing to support. You came on the Wiley Show, so of course we have to show love back.
Yes, definitely
So do you
follow
have
me.
any
Resi
music out there?
Hathaway. I'll have some music coming by the end of the year.
Yeah, definitely promote that as well. Come back and promote that because we do love to support.
Resi Hathaway.
You're so sweet.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I also want to cut ASS on TS Madison. She always has to jump herself into something. Who made her the spokeswoman for trans women? Who deemed her that title? She just has to put, since she's not the only trans woman. Why the Hope Giselle or whoever, why nobody else can have said anything? It just has to be her.
That's interesting because whenever I do, that's the first person I think of when I think of trans issues.
Oh,
I don't know if
TS
it's just because I used to watch her so much But like, who else is out there? I mean, there's Laverne Cox. There's who else?
Laverne Cox.
Laverne Cox.
There's other
Does
people
she ever
out there,
speak on
guys.
anything?
Come on now.
Laverne
Is it
Cox.
T.S.
And also you
Madison just
got
have to be in the
Bruce
it?
Bruce Jenner. Bruce.
Oh my god.
Oh, is it Caitlyn?
You
What?
gonna get me canceled off here.
Caitlyn
Is
Jenner.
it Bruce? What is the new one now?
Caitlyn.
Caitlyn, but that used to, so Bruce is the dead name. Bruce.
Yes.
Yes, Bruce no longer exists.
Okay. I don't want you to get canceled. Okay.
No, but I also believe Jess Hilarious might and will get cancer if she keeps up this nonsense.
Yes.
Because isn't she on the radio?
Yes, she's trying to be on the Breakfast Club.
She's trying to get that permanent spot.
Yeah, and they have already called the Breakfast Club people, and they saying don't pick her because she's transphobic. So I don't know if the Breakfast Club was smart. This is a good ratings. I think Jess Hilarious should be on
They
there.
should address it on her on Monday, right?
Yeah, I
To
believe
boost
they
up
should
the
address it on
ratings.
Monday, and I believe Jess Hilarious should be on there. Flame Monroe, T.S. Madison, and Tasha K. Bring them all on there. I
Tasha
think
K
that
already said
that
on
will be
Monday
one of
she
the
has some
highest
smoke
rated
for
Breakfast
T.S.
Club
Madison.
shows.
You hear Tasha K already said she has smoke for T.S. Madison coming Monday.
Yeah,
So-
I can't wait to see it. But they used to all be friends at one point. Tasha K, all of them used to be
So I want to know
cool.
how much stuff did T.S. Madison
Fake
tell
friends.
Like fake
Tasha
friends,
K.
yeah. But at the end of the day, though, I think that we do need to have a town hall with trans, and I'm gonna do a town hall where we get trans women and we get biological women, and we have a conversation on there as well for our next town hall because I think it's needed. And Flame Monroe, they call Flame Monroe a pick-me.
He, she, we, right? What she call
That he,
herself?
she, we. He get the money, she spend it, we, whatever. But she's more so on the old school tip that she don't believe you can call me a man, whatever, I'm okay. But T.S. Madison is against that because T.S. Madison feel like, I'm a woman, I'm a she. Ain't no he, she, we over here. So it's different. It's a difference with Flame than with T.S. Madison. There's just a whole different approach about, and maybe it's an age generational gap because back in the day in Flame generation, they didn't care, baby. You don't respect me, whatever. I ain't gonna try to make you what. They just walk differently. But this new generation, they want everybody. It's about feeling. I want you to feel what I go through and respect my existence. Back in the day, that old generation, they give a flying F about your existence.
And also, everyone just needs to respect each other.
Okay. Yes.
Like for example, if you want to be a trans woman, be a trans woman, but don't act like a man at the same time. You get what I'm saying?
I feel you. I feel you.
Be that princess, be that queen that you want to be.
I agree. Be the queen.
But I also want to say one other thing to Wiley. I'm upset because you did not talk about the Queen Op. You have to talk about this nonsense.
The Queen what?
The Queen Op. You have to look up Queen Op. They got arrested because they beat up Shell.
Oh, wait, send it to me so we can talk about that in the next episode. I'm sorry.
All right, definitely, because they went to jail yesterday.
Yeah, you could definitely text
But
me.
it was good talking to you, and the streets is dead without you. Stop doing this to us. And you need to go live every day.
Every day. I had to take a break yesterday.
I know. Yeah, for mental health. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we miss you. And once again, it was nice having this young man on the show.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay. So who else wants to call in? And y'all been with us because we have to like repeat ourselves because I didn't get the splinter for the headphones, but I will the next time you come around. So I think somebody else called in. And this is actually a Dallas number or oh yes. Okay, let's do this one first. Hello, you live on the Wiley Show.
Hey, Wiley.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
I can, yes. Go ahead, Katerbe.
Your call has been forwarded
yes,
to an
so,
automatic
wait,
voice
wait,
message
wait,
I do want to
system.
say I don't have any.
97296.
Hold on, let me get her back on. Hold on, Katerbe, because it had the other person's number on there. Okay, hold on. Let me call her back. Let me call Katerbe back. Hold on, Katerbe. because like 2 people called in at the same time. There we go. I'm gonna call her back.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I had to hang up because it was like another number was fine. Go ahead, sis.
My bad. So what? Again, I don't have an issue with trans women at all. I don't even have an issue with the gay community. I'm actually, I vote for a lot of rights in favor of the gay community. I've been very much on the ground, making sure y'all get some of the same benefits we do. My issue with T.S. Madison and women who think like T.S., it's I didn't mean it like that. This is what I meant. Blah, blah, blah. They will blatantly disrespect us on their platforms every chance that they get. And we're supposed to just be silent and be secure, as some people say, and not voice our opinions and not say anything else. But they want to be included in things that have nothing to do with trans women at all. Like, at the end of the day, a trans woman, no matter how many cosmetic surgeries, no matter what they do physically to their body, the DNA, the chromosomes will never make you the same. I.e., what do you need to be included in gynecology appointments for? Why do you need to be on the cover of Tampax and pads and stuff like that? How come you say we shouldn't gatekeep womanhood when in reality they have changed so many laws to include you into our spaces, i.e., women's sports, our bathrooms, etc., etc. You know, I don't really vocalize my points until we're being disrespected. And then it's the gaslighting. And that's where I will always have an issue with trans women who think like T.S. Madison, because it's a deep down rooted misogyny that is built inside men that they will never understand. But the moment you be like, we do gatekeep womanhood because we are the women, we birthed you guys, all of a sudden it's the phobias and the phobics and y'all are jealous, and it's because y'all are called trans women when in reality white people can't call us the N-word. I almost said it out loud. That's really what they want to say. They really want to say we are the N-words, but they root to calling women who have very structured faces, like Just Hilarious, trans women, to get under their skin. But you got T.S. Madison, who's overgrown, older than all of us together on this platform, playing like she doesn't understand it and she doesn't get it. And that's where I always have my issue. And I will stand before God himself and say, Kaya was right. And she's the ultimate grifter. But I'm going to let you go, Wiley. Thank you to your panelist person. I loved your perspective on mental health.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Oh, wow. Hello. You live on the Wiley Show. Oh, my gosh.
Hello, Wiley.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
I can. Oh, you're extra loud.
Okay, well, I appreciate you, Wiley, for being the man that you are. I turned my TV down so I can't hear you. I'm going to turn it up a little bit.
No, I can hear you. Go ahead. No, don't turn your TV up because you live on the phone with me.
I appreciate you for being transparent. You don't try to be nobody that you not. You like men, and you have stated this. And you not trying to be no woman. You just trying to be who you are and love who you are. And that's why I deal with you, and I deal with you the long way. And we'll cash out you. T.S. Madison, she's all right with me. Trans people, they are all right with me. I've been in the gay community all my life. I've been bisexual all my life. But I don't never try to be nothing that I'm not.
I feel you on that. And I
don't think no man make no woman no woman. God made us all individuals. And everybody got their different space and they, category. Just play your part and stay in your lane. It ain't no competition out here. Ain't no man never made no woman. So I don't understand where the conflict is coming from. There's no hate, animosity between trans women and trans men. Out here in this community, most of us cis women, we protect the trans in our community. So where's all this beef coming from? It ain't never been no beef. You know, you got a whole mama, and she speak up for you. So I don't understand where this animosity coming from, and I stand by my sister Jess.
I feel you. I feel you. And that's why I feel like we just got to agree, be respectful to each other, and live our lives. But when
Yeah, and we all got to be safe, you know, safe and live our life. This conflict, TS know better. She got a whole mama that's real spiritual and go Bible on everybody from Alpha to Omega. So I don't understand why she getting down on Jess like this. God looked beyond all our faults and saw all our needs.
Tasha K talked about T.S. Madison Obama saying that, you know, T.S. Madison stop eating all that bad food. She gonna get that diabetes and she gonna wind up in a wheelchair like her mama and a walk like her mama. Like they really was going in on that.
Well, she better stop all that. She know all that chicken she eating off the bone to the bone ain't right. She know that ain't right. And don't no woman eat no chicken like that to the bone like that. Whole box of chicken.
I got
Girl.
Yes. Thank you, caller.
All right, thank you. And I'll talk to you, Wiley. I'll be talking with you and I'm watching, okay?
All right, thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Sam said, Miss Mary said, now how did I get into it? That's exactly how I felt.
They always drag Miss Mary. But T.S. Madison dragged Miss Mary in it too. Like she had Miss Mary quote scriptures, getting her critics together. Don't worry about my boo. And what's the community? The BBD, LGBT. I don't know all the lyrics, but I know my God. I love my daughter. But sometimes she called T.S. Madison by her government.
By Timothy.
Yeah, by Timothy, yes. But that just comes from because she birthed Timothy. At the end of the day, it's kind of hard. So sometimes it slip up. Even her own family call her Timothy. Mm-hmm. But she'll never label them transphobic. But that's case the point. Can you introduce yourself again? Let everybody know how they can find you. And we make sure we get some ice for your knee and everything.
Yes, because my knee's going to fall off, man. And his hands are heavy, y'all. His hands are heavy. So every time he hits my knee, I fall out this chair just a little bit more. By the time I finish telling y'all my name, I'm going to be on this floor. But no, name is Ressy Hathaway, Ressy. Last name Hathaway, Hathathaway.
Yes. And so any performances that you got coming up, anything that you doing that you want the people to come and support?
If you're in Dallas, I think I'm going to perform this Thursday at S4. It's a gay club down in Cedar Springs area. I think I want to throw my hat back in the ring.
Yes.
Kind of nervous, but
you at this Thursday?
This Thursday.
Okay, I'm gonna come.
It starts at 11 o'clock.
I'm gonna definitely come.
But you can help me find more open mics and talent nights and stuff like that.
Find more open mics and then just create the crap. Like I'm gonna call like we definitely do it. I would love to see you in action and meet your friends and everything.
My friends that are trying to have sex with me.
Really? Oh my
we talked about that already, though. We're not going to bore them.
We're not going to bore them again. They said any relations to Danny and Lale?
Donnie and Layla Hathaway. Nope, but that's where I got my name from.
Okay.
Because everything I say sounds like music. So it's my favorite singers.
And I can't wait. So you're going to sing for me once the camera's off?
Right? Maybe a little bit.
Okay.
But no, I'm not related to them.
He said no.
Wish I was, y'all. Somebody else asked. It's my stage name.
You never thought about being a politician?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Even though they said I look like Obama.
You never thought about working on a political campaign? Like volunteering?
No.
None of that.
Maybe if I find somebody I believe in enough, I'll help them.
Okay. I'm surprised you didn't like the candidate that ran before for governor here in Texas. I forgot his name.
I probably wasn't here.
Oh, you wasn't here either.
I moved here in September.
Okay. September of this year. I mean, of last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. It's so good to have him here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all. We'll be back with another video. Also, I want to thank you to my supporters for we got so many books I got to catch up on. The Leading Lady. I got Sonny Huston.
You got Jeanette McCurdy.
Huh?
You got Jeanette McCurdy right there. I want
Where?
to read that book right there.
This one? Oh yeah, you want to read it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Even though, yeah.
Yeah, I love. I'm a avid. I love to read, as you can see, like over there. Over there.
Oh, we got a library.
Yeah, I love to read. I think
love
reading.
books.
I love it. It's amazing. It's good reading about people, and I love like autobiographies, like of course Malcolm X. It's my favorite. And excuse all this junk on this desk.
They can't see it. Thank God.
Thank God they
would
can't
say
see
something.
it. They were there, and this was good too.
He gay?
Yes.
I'm gonna say he look it.
Yeah. He was on death row, and you definitely need to read. This is a good one. So I read a lot. I love it. And yes. They said, Lord, not my line. Bless us with a song. He's not gonna bless y'all with a song.
No.
While
That's a good idea.
You should host a virtual competition, sing it or tell us. We should. I would love that. They said he should come to Vegas.
I should.
Yeah.
If you give me the clubs, the bars, wherever they want, they open poetry at, I'll come.
Yes, yeah, because we'll be in Vegas October 6th to the 9th.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll be in Vegas.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, I don't want his boyfriend to get mad if he going to Vegas with me. So
My lack of boyfriend.
Okay. Let me make the quick announcements, you guys. If you want to contribute to the show, Cash App Marquise Wiley 28, $ Marquise Wiley 28, Zelle Wiley Show at gmail.com. Also, we don't forget, y'all have already broadcast that about Vegas. So let me scroll up here and post the flyer here. That's October 6th to the 9th, 2023. And y'all can email me if you come in. Please let me know because I'm going to give y'all the hotel information. WileyShowProduction at gmail.com. Thank you all so very much. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys there and girls, beautiful people there. We all need a vacation. I haven't had one in a long time. So whether other than being with family, I'm talking like going out and drinking and everything or doing members only karaoke. Okay. They said, shoot your shot. Wiley. Stop it. Y'all is something else.
We're both tops.
Okay. Yes. They said shoot your shot.
They missed that part.
Oh, okay. So the next members only, we're gonna do the next members only next week. I'm gonna put the poll out because I want to talk with y'all, and then we got to get him to come back for members only. We get really nasty on members only.
Oh Jesus, I imagine so.
Yeah, so we're gonna get him to come on if you want to, members only. And what's your favorite drink? Do you drink?
I do.
What's your
You have
favorite?
to help me because I still drink Long Island's.
Oh, Long Island.
Yeah.
So like, okay.
I don't be knowing what to get.
Oh, okay. So what we would do, we get some liquor. We'll try different liquor on members only. Okay, because I don't know too much. I only know Hennessy and Red Bull. And then I went out last night to Applebee's and I had some margaritas and different stuff and everything. So we definitely need to do that. They say it's always a bottom when it's two tops. It's always a bottom when two tops hook up.
That's exactly what I was telling you about earlier.
What?
They love a challenge, man.
Wait a minute. They said Long Island. What you going to do?
That's the only drink I know.
They said Wiley finna get drunk. LOL. Mr. Nancy said, no, I don't have no liquor. So no, we're not about to get drunk. Not playing 3 on a mattress. LOL. Y'all is something else.
I like your fans.
Yeah, I told you they are something else. Like, they did something else. And then when you said the knee comment, oh my God, it's gonna be so many videos made about that. But it's okay. God is good. So what's your favorite thing for a typical date?
I don't know. I don't really go on dates.
Okay, if you had like a choice of a date, because you are a vegan, so I'm assuming a lot of restaurants out of the picture.
Yeah, but I do like sushi. They have a lot of vegan sushi. But you know what I would like to do? I actually had a date yesterday.
Okay.
We did a sip and paint at home.
That was good.
It was fun. I like to do stuff that gets me out the house.
Yeah.
I feel like restaurants are so basic. Like I feel like I want to be surprised.
Like a comedy show would be too much.
Yeah, a comedy show would be cute.
Yeah, I like that.
Or like going out to like a concert. I love concerts.
Yeah. They said
He's sizing me up.
Wait a minute.
Y'all see him trying to take me on a date now.
I'm not trying to tell. I just asked a question.
So what kind of dates do you like to go on? In his journalist voice.
No, I was asking the date. You said okay, so like a comedy show would be good. Do you have a favorite comedian that you like?
I actually don't like stand-up comedy,
You don't
so
like
I would
stand-up
like
comedy?
to try it
Oh,
in
you-
person
you like
to see if I would. Yeah, I would
Like-
try it.
Okay, because I was at Monique's show.
I
and-
saw it. Congratulations.
You did.
Yes, I did.
You check
I
out-
do my research,
you did my
just
research,
like you did.
Okay, yes. So I love comedy. Spoken word, I would love that. And I've never been to like a battle rap. And maybe because I watched Eminem,
Mhm.
what was the 8 Mile? And I
8
always
Mile.
like to go to that. Like, do they have that?
Oh my gosh, I was supposed to battle somebody this month, but I think they're ducking me. So if y'all in Dallas and y'all want to battle, y'all rap, y'all do poetry,
Yes.
hit me up.
They said I was a bartender all through college. I got you on the mixed drink, Wiley. Not crap. Okay, but no, what your next? You can come and join us on Members Only. You in Dallas, so email me your next or text me or something. That would be great. Because we could just try different drinks together.
Yeah,
Have
and
you
I'll
ever
go
been
too.
Drunk before?
Have I ever been drunk? I've been too drunk before.
Really?
We bipolar, so you
Yeah.
know we've been drunk. We've been drunk.
Yes. So when you get drunk, are you flirty?
I'm talkative. Like I don't talk this much,
Okay.
but if I had been drinking and I hadn't met you, like for this reason of this show, this would be drunk me,
Okay.
just talking.
Yeah.
Mm.
I like the talking. I like the flirt. I'm a flirt. And people say I flirt when I'm not drunk. I don't think so. But I do flirt a lot when I am drunk. Yeah.
It opens you up.
It did open me up. I remember we went out to Heroes Lounge and we went out to Sue Ellen's, and I have my female supporters and male fluid. And my hormones was that Hennessy was just that Hennessy had me on 20. They said Wiley was you are a nurturing, flirtatious man, and you know
He is.
And you think so? No, I don't think so.
He was low key flirting with me when he first called me.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Wait,
I thought you was.
I was heard what you know. I was asking about the show.
He was like, so I'm not going to ask you about that. But what I will do, we're here talking about your poetry.
Wait a minute. Oh my gosh. Wow. I didn't even know I said that. Wow. Do you ever see yourself having kids one day?
Absolutely not. I like giving them back. I used to be a preschool teacher. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all know how Keke Palmer has had so many. I've had more jobs than Keke Palmer.
Okay.
I've had more jobs, and I used to work at a daycare. So, favorite part of the day, giving them right back. Love them to death.
They said, did he ask you your waist size
And if
you
you're
were
submissive?
when your man come in the room?
Y'all be cutting up. Sam Cooke, I be seeing you in the comments everywhere. Everywhere.
Wait a minute.
You still watch TGIF? I think that's where I used to see you all the time. Mr. Cook.
They said Google Play, I'm a flirt. Oh my God.
Oh, we don't play R. Kelly. Oh, I don't know if you do. I don't play R. Kelly. You do?
I
Oh.
love R. Kelly.
Oh, I can't see that man ever again.
Maybe because I'm from Chicago.
Is that where he's
Born
from?
and raised, yes.
Ooh.
It just does something here. They said, why do
Bipolar guys have the best peen. Well, I haven't gotten complaints.
I don't know. I've heard that. Yeah. They said Henny is dangerous. It is. They said Sam do be everywhere. They said keep him a friend, Wiley. He makes you laugh and smile more. I like him to be friends with you.
Oh,
Yeah.
he do look like Obama. Y'all can't never be serious.
I remember we was in high school, right? And it was a show back in Chicago called Know Your Heritage. And it was a guy that looked like Obama. It said, look, President Obama's in the building. And it was just so funny the way how he was talking. Your manner do remind me of President Obama, like a younger version. Like, your lips, like your whole aura gives me Obama.
Oh, thank you.
And
That's a compliment.
that is a compliment. It's like it gives me that. It's good. Like it does. I'm surprised nobody ever said that about you. Maybe because you haven't done like a lot of interviews, but you do give that. Maybe when you see it back and just watch some of his old stuff, you would see it. But I see it.
And a lot of people don't see me talk. If you met me in the street, you would probably think, well,
'Cause when I
you
look
talk
at-
about my pictures.
When I look at
me.
your picture, I'm like, oh, I'm kind of scared not to. That's why I had to hit you up. I'm like, is he like a thug? Like,
No,
right, yeah.
not even close. I'm a gentleman.
Yes, they said, oh, Lord, Wiley. They said Wiley from Chicago, the same place it all started from. Yeah, it's kind of, so I love, listen.
And Obama.
Yeah, and President Obama, yes, he wasn't born there, but he worked so much, got his roots. That's what Chicago's and Oprah.
I would love to visit. I've never been. You have to take me there.
We definitely need to go.
Take me to the right side.
You never went to Chicago?
Never been.
Yeah. I can take you to the Boys Town because there's a lot of gay bars. Up north is really good. Some parts of the suburbs really good. And I have a friend. He actually is an actor and a singer, and he had his first show in Park Forest coming up. So we can definitely try to maybe do like you probably don't like road trips.
I do.
You like road trips? We could definitely take a road trip to Chicago so you can see Chicago. Because you never been. I never been. Oh, I have been to Baltimore. It was kind of nasty and nasty in Baltimore, man. It was dirty because I went there for the African Fest. I don't know if they call it Africa, but I do remember Brandy performed back in 2013, 2014. And I do want to go back for that. And I would love to take you to Chicago.
Yes.
And I just tell everybody I'm engaged. I'm not gonna tell everybody.
Indica is so funny.
And what did she say?
She said, make sure you have your bulletproof vest when Wiley takes you. Them things probably cost about $250. I'm gonna have to save up for that.
What in the world? Come on. They said,
Easy on
I love
Baltimore.
this for you, Wiley. Yeah, they said, and I love, don't get me wrong, I love Maria's in Baltimore. So I love Baltimore now. But I was rough on Baltimore.
And Jess Hilarious is gonna get you because she's from Baltimore too.
She is from Baltimore, and Baltimore is different. Baltimore people believe what they believe in. Monique is from Baltimore. It is what it is.
The Braxtons are from
The Braxtons is from Baltimore. You know your history.
I know my people. I be reading. Here, y'all can't see it. Y'all can't see it. I'm gonna be on this. Why? This hand on the knee. I'm gonna be on the floor in about 5 minutes.
Wait a minute. Wow, and you never seen Tamar Braxton in concert?
In them live, no.
Wow. Okay, we gotta take you because they came in Dallas. Like
I saw K Michelle when she came down here, front row seats.
You like it?
I love K
You
Michelle.
like it?
Yes.
What's your favorite song, K Michelle?
My favorite song by K Michelle, Not a Little Bit, or Can't Let Go.
I like K Michelle Mother's Prayer.
Oh my gosh, why didn't I say that? That's a beautiful song.
That was it was a beautiful song. And my favorite song of Tamar Braxton will always be White Candles. That's my favorite.
Mine is My Man. I like them sad fucking songs where they be crying and
I like sad songs too. And my favorite Brandy song is of course Full Moon and Have You Ever.
Have You Ever? Oh my.
Like as a songwriter, you can appreciate those songs had meaning.
Mm-hmm.
Most songs don't have a bridge, a first verse, second verse. It just say the same shit over.
They got a chorus and a hook.
And that's it.
I mean, you know what I mean.
But back in the day, it was like a full song. Even like Whitney Houston, I Will Always Love You. I Want to Dance with Somebody. I Want to Run to You.
Songs used to be 4 minutes. Now they're like 2:20.
Yeah, it's yes.
2:20. Can't even get into it.
And that's why a lot of people ain't selling because they ain't about nothing. There's no message. Ain't nothing something to make me say, hey, I gotta go buy. And you would think more people would buy more records because it's so accessible. It's not like that anymore. But I like Solange. I like Beyonce. I'm not a stan of any of these people. But as a rapper, do you listen to rap music?
I do.
If you had to pick between Cardi and Nicki, who are you picking?
Why are you doing this? I mean, like if we're just like we're gonna talk about skills, Nicki.
Okay.
If we're gonna talk about rap, like actually rapping, Nicki.
If both had an album out, who would you support?
Like monetarily?
Yeah, you only can buy one, Nicki or Cardi for right now.
I'm waiting for Megan.
Oh, okay.
I honestly would wait for Megan.
Would you want to pick a Nicki or Cardi?
No. I don't know. For me, and Barb's Don't Drag Me, I know how y'all like to do. I don't know. Nikki, the last few years hasn't been doing it for me. No.
I think she got lost with the beefs and with the I'm the Queen. But back then it was something special.
When she was by herself, I think she was really focused.
Her lyrics were just incredible.
Yeah.
Back in the day. Cardi is nothing to sleep on, but Megan is nothing to sleep on either. I love her.
That's my girl.
I love her style. Somebody said, do you like Coco Jones?
I like ICU. That's the only song I really listened to.
That's the only song I like. Did you listen to the remix between her and
Justin Timberlake?
Yeah,
right? No.
You didn't like it. Okay, we can play that afterwards. But thank y'all so very much. I can go on and on and on, but thank you for taking time out of your schedule for coming on. And I can't wait till you write a book with your poems and sell it, just like we had Tasha. Where's her book at? Right here. Y'all, excuse me, I got stuff everywhere on this desk.
If only y'all could see.
Okay. So she wrote this book called Brother to the Night. And this is one of my supporters. And she said, thank you for promoting the book, reading the book, and even using the book to spit game. Thank you. This is so good. And I just loved it. Like, she just put these poems together and she put it together, and I love it. I just love her work. But she never performed any of her work, but she put it on paper and she have it on Amazon. I would love that for you to do that.
Oh,
so we
yes.
can so I can promote your book.
It's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming. I'm working on some novels.
Yeah.
As you know, bipolar, we start all these different projects.
Absolutely.
And got them sitting around. I think it might be some ADHD in there back there somewhere.
I started a lot of projects. Then I go right back. Yeah, I've started a lot.
Got like 3 novels that are just sitting on my computer.
I got a book that I in production, a documentary. I have a project. We was on the balcony, and they still said, "When are we going to finish the documentary?" Whenever in my mind, I want to finish it. Mm-hmm. All of it. Okay.
Blink twice. I'm gonna blink. I'm gonna blink. My eyes are gonna roll out my head. There's a lot of stuff on this desk, y'all.
Papers, books. Like, I just keep it all on the desk. And every once in a while, when I get the cleaner lady, she'll come and have it all organized in there maybe about 3 days. Oh, this it is. Where's the paper? I have papers everywhere, cards everywhere. But I know what everything is. I think most of it are bills, like my Chinese. But you don't eat stuff. What would you order if I ordered some Chinese food? What would you get?
What would I get?
Wow.
Probably some tofu, some General Tso's tofu.
Okay. Yeah, they said yeah. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so very much again. Thank you. Oh my gosh. And we got to get her back on. Make sure y'all subscribe to the show. In the words of my missionary, Milagro Grams, little black boy, you beautiful. Little black girl, you are enough. When times get hard, always remember to put God first. Always. All right. And in honor of him, always put the universe first. Because he's an atheist.
You can put God first.
I can?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I won't be bothered.
You won't be bothered?
No.
So I can put him first?
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
You could even pray for me, and I'll accept it.
Oh, you allow me to pray for you?
Just not on live.
Just not on live? So I can pray for you privately?
Yes. They might not take us seriously.
And then you can sing for me after I pray for you? Okay. What's your favorite gospel song?
Why should I feel discouraged? And why should the shadows come? That's all you're going to get because I wasn't going to sing.
I'm having that to sing. Wow.
I got comfortable. See what happens? With no liquor either. We might be hunching tonight.
Thank y'all so very much. Make sure y'all subscribe, and we'll see y'all in the next video. Well, I was not expecting you to get up there and start singing. Oh my God.